All right, everybody, welcome to the Killer Main podcast series. And this week, the killer is Dracula, the newest killer. Probably not by the time you're watching this, we already have another killer. But if my guests would like to introduce themselves real quick.
Hello, friends. My name is Bleak. I am a Dracula the main, P100, Dracula and Singularity. Yeah. No, yeah.
Where can people find you?
I stream on Twitch every Monday through Friday. Usually around the night times, 9 p.m. Central Time-ish most of the time. I am also very active on Twitter. I'm a little Twitter poster. And yeah, I just kind of mainly just use Twitter and Twitch most of the time.
Fair enough. And you do have a YouTube, though, don't you? I feel like I've seen your YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm on a little hiatus for like a little month because yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I mean, I'll be back. Oh, I guess by the time you post this, then yeah, I'll be back. Yeah.
Yeah, this.
Well, then yeah, I also post YouTube. I also post YouTube content. Yeah, I usually do like weekly uploads and then like shorts here and there. We just say YouTube partner, so yay!
Hooray! Welcome to the club.
Thank you. That'll be
The real headache starts now.
Oh yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, behind the scene things for people who listen to these. I have like 7 of these like in the back burner, so you'll probably listen to this like 2 months after it was recorded.
Yeah, no, I thought about it. I was like, oh wait.
I do it for it makes my job easier because I don't have to worry every week about getting somebody. It means like if I can't get somebody one week, then I'm not.
Yeah, then you have more time. Yeah.
Yeah. But it has the problem because this game changes every like other day.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, Dracula's the newest killer, but he probably won't be by the time this goes out. But P100, for context and to date this, Dracula's been out for like a month and a half, barely.
Yeah. I got him like what was it, like 2 weeks?
Yeah, it was like 2
into
weeks
the
ago. Or no, it was 2 weeks in. Yeah.
No, it was 2 weeks in. Yeah, I got him P100. Yeah.
It was insane. You how many? Do you know how many hours it took?
A lot. I just remember spending the blood points on the stream, and I was just like, when I hit P25, I was just like, oh my god. And then I was like, oh, but the shrine, oh, and then someone was like, oh, there's a code. But it wasn't the blood point code, it was just like the charm or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the badge or whatever. And I was like, there's a code.
It's just like, it's funny to me because I spent 2 million blood points before. At one go. That's like, it takes like.
No, but this was 37 million that I spent.
Yeah, like, but even 2K is like, or 2 million takes like 30 minutes.
No, exactly.
Like, I can't even imagine. Did you have a macro?
No.
No, you braved the whole thing.
I told myself, I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna auto spend because like, you know, it's gonna take a long time. So let me just like click everyone. And then by P7, I was like, no, I can't do this, bro.
I just can't imagine. Even for someone as patient as me, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do that.
But with that, and I know you did cross progression recently, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how many hours you have in the game now?
Oh, I have. Let me see how much I have on Steam.
I have 90. I get called a cheater all the time, so it's fine.
I think I have like 7,000 Steam.
7,000 on Steam. Jesus, dude.
Yeah, 7,140. I remember on my PlayStation I had like 700, so like 770. I would say like around like a good 8K. A good 8K.
Every time people come on here and tell me their hours, I feel like I have no authority to talk anymore.
No, I mean, just because I have a lot of hours doesn't make me like the best player or whatever. Like,
well, at least
I'm still like an average player.
Yeah, at least 1,000 of those are spending blood points at this point. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, unless you count a survivor, I'm average. But
yeah. Do you know how many hours you have on? I know there's no way to track it, but if you had to estimate, do you know how many hours you have on Dracula?
Oh. I don't know, honestly, because like ever since I got him P100, that's like pretty much the only killer I've been playing. So
Yeah, I've
2 weeks in.
I've tried to do the math on how many hours I have on Chucky. Last I checked, a rough estimate, I have about 900 hours.
Probably should have done that. Damn.
Well, no. So the way I did it, because it's very easy for me. I stream 3 days a week, and I only play 3 hours a night. So I just did that, and then I took into account like the outlier days of where like sometimes I would stream like 8 hour days when I had like off from work or something. I would like take those into account, and then I would do rough estimates. It's a rough idea about 900-ish hours. It's the only like there's no
yeah, I have no idea, honestly. I mean, ever since like I got him P100, that's like the only character I've been playing. So if you count my streams,
It's you know what would really be nice is if behavior had some kind of tracker
I know that
of
would
some
suck,
kind.
or that would be nice.
Anyways,
Maybe I don't know. Maybe like 70. I don't know. That's like a rough estimate. I don't think it's 70, but I'm gonna say it's 70.
just add a tracker behavior. Please.
I'm just trying to think because like I'm not counting like my actual DBD time. I'm thinking like the actual like his play time. You know?
Yeah, that makes.
I've been on a lot.
That makes it even harder. Is when you just try to take the playtime into it, because an average match is like 10.
Exactly.
10
Yeah.
minutes. I mean, you could track your I guess your add-on usage if you use the same one. I don't know. It's a really difficult thing to know. I did just better add a tracker for the love of God.
Yeah, I've been trying to get my Hellfire hits up because like I was on Survivor a lot, so I didn't really get that much hits in. So trying to get that up.
That is the stack strat, right? Or track stat, right? Is the Hellfire?
Yeah.
It's just hits.
Yeah, it's Hellfire hits. Yeah, it's just hits. Yeah.
Of course it is. Of course it is. It's got to be an easy one.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be like
It's not like Chucky
or twins.
I don't know why they did that to Chucky. I feel bad.
Do you know what twins? I mention this on every podcast. Do you know what twins' track stat is?
What is it?
It's hitting a survivor while Victor is on them.
I mean, it can be as bad as Chucky's or Knight's now, because Knight, it's like if you get close to them, they just lose it faster. So it's like, how are you gonna hit them when they have a guard?
Yeah, and then Chucky's. I don't have a problem with Chucky's being what it is. I just have a problem that the people who had it during normal Scamper still have their same stat.
Yeah.
Because there's like some.
No, I wish they just made Scamper better. I don't know.
Yeah.
Without like.
I may or may not be working on a video of an idea on how to do that. Anyways.
W.
That would make it better for both sides. The hint is the word springboard. That's the hint. Anyways, yeah. So the Dracula is our newest killer from the Castlevania franchise, and the obvious question to every person who mains any killer is why Dracula? Why this killer?
Oh yeah, no, I love Castlevania. I mean, even when like Castlevania got announced, I don't even know if I have the VOD still. But when I was watching the anniversary stream live, bro, like I geeked. I was like, no way, bro. Like, I was like, are you serious? I mean, obviously, like, you know, even if it was like any other franchise, like I was geeked about, like I was gonna probably pee on them. But like, since it was Castlevania, like I pretty much grew up with Castlevania. I recently just bought the anniversary collection on Steam, so I've been playing through that, trying to get all my achievements for that. No, but yeah, no. And then plus it turns out that I really love his power, so it works out.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not really a Castlevania fan myself, personally, which is weird. Like, I don't hate the franchise or anything. It's just weird because I'm a huge Metroid fan, but I don't like Castlevania. I don't know what it is about Castlevania. It just never appealed to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I love the Netflix series as well.
Yeah, that definitely shot its popularity up a little bit, I feel.
Yeah,
it was an out of nowhere license. We'll get a little bit later into like the adaptation side of it, but it was like a license that I don't think anyone really saw coming, which I think is a good thing.
I kind of expected it. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah, because Konami and Capcom.
Okay.
I don't know if they have like. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean that fair enough. I don't know. It's just like. Ironically, this game doesn't get that many video game horror characters. And
yeah, I know. I just mean like they like have been like trying to get each stuff into DBD
Mm-hmm.
like as much as I can. So then I guess like yeah, Konami was like, well, let me just give you all this.
Yeah. I'm hoping we get because Silent Hill 2 remake it'll be out by the time this is out, but I'm hoping we get more skins for
If we get a pizza like a box skin for Pyramid Head, bro, that'd be so funny.
we got Jonesy. Can we get the dog from Silent Hill 2? Spoilers.
That would actually be so funny.
Spoilers for like a 20-year-old game, by the way, I guess.
Yeah.
um
Just imagine like getting looped and you just see like a pizza box like right behind you.
I mean, if Mozzie and Rainbow Six can have a pizza skin, why not?
Yeah.
I still want the traffic cone skin.
Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah.
My a friend of mine's never played Silent Hill, and anytime I talk about Pyramid Head, it's all he says is just he's just traffic cone head. That's all he is. How could anyone be scared of that?
Yeah.
But yeah, is that pretty much it? Just a massive fan of the franchise, and we're just like, you know what?
Yeah.
I like this killer.
No, I can't wait for this riff. Like, I was debating about like buying it out, but I was like, oh, I don't know.
It's
I've never bought a riff before.
It's interesting because because I'm the same way with Chucky. It's mostly I like the franchise because honestly speaking, if I was to play a killer that like more appealed to my play style, it would be Singularity.
Yeah, no, Singularity is like he's my child.
Yeah, Larry fits my playstyle more than Chucky does, but I love the franchise for Chucky way more.
But like it works out for me because like now I have like a licensed killer that I love and then like an original killer that I love. So like even if like Dracula doesn't get more skins down the line, which I feel like they probably will because like if they're doing a whole rifts and like gave him like 2 extra skins on release and you know and stuff like that, like I feel like he'll eventually get more skins on the line, like probably a blighted fit, probably like a mystery fit.
I can't say anything out loud because we are live. But by the time this is up, people already know about it. You're gonna be very happy during the Halloween event. Moving on. Yeah, the perks of doing what I do, I tend to get. I knew about the
okay.
I knew about the melted Chucky skin in June. I knew about Laura Croft during the
Oh, all right.
Yeah, anyways, you're going to be very happy. So are Deathslinger players. Anyways,
oh, finally.
I hope my source is correct. Anyways,
no, that's long overdue, no offense.
it is. Deathslinger got shafted so hard.
I was surprised. I was like, dude, still?
I think it was just because they wanted because I have a feeling Resident Evil because the reason he didn't get it was because Wesker and Nemesis got it.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling like Capcom was just like, hey, you have to do this year. So they had to put their resources into making that instead of for the killers that quote needed it.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and then they kind of just forgot. It has been nice to see the licensed killers getting them though.
Yeah.
Will that retroactively happen? We'll see. Cough, cough, Freddy.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
Hopefully.
But yeah, so Dracula's been in the game for about a month and a half now. He's gotten a few changes. Some would say too many, that were too good. Some would say he's completely unplayable now. He's a very divisive killer, I would say, in that regard, which is odd. You're on Twitter a lot.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen both sides of that camp, because it's Twitter and no one agrees on anything, except hating Chucky for some reason. Anyways, so with the recent changes, they got rid of hub teching. They buffed the shape-shifting cooldown. What else did they do? Was it the delay on Hellfire, or was it the movement speed? I forget.
It was like the wind up time got reduced, so now it's 0.9 instead of 1. I think if you missed a recovery, got reduced, or it's probably I think it's if you empty fake. It's one of the two. I forgot.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure if you like try an empty fake, it got reduced. A lot of people on the PTB said it was very clunky.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly didn't have a problem with it. I was surprised they buffed Hellfire.
We'll talk, and then the bats. The bat form got buffed. I believe it was the range and the speed, the move speed, and then the teleportation speed. I believe.
Yeah, it was no, it was just the movement speed and the teleport speed got buffed.
Oh, it wasn't the range.
No, it wasn't ranged. No.
Oh, I guess I Mandela'd myself into that. But I guess it's just because I when I play them, I run the range add-ons for the teleport because I just think if they feel the best. Um, but with these recent changes, there has been a lot of debate over whether or not it was too much, too little, whether he needs some more refining and whatnot. And obviously, as with every new killer, we'll probably see that in about 3 months from now, since the PTB is up for Dracula now, since they just did the changes for Unknown. This is usually how the cycle goes for most new killers.
Yeah.
Now, but normally I would ask you for your changes. However, I want to say my changes first, real quick, if you don't mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to hear it.
Well, here is all I think they should do, because I like what the direction they went with the changes, because they were trying to make him more of kind of like a pseudo Vecna, where you're shape shifting into the form you need and using everything off of cooldown, right?
Yeah.
That's what I feel like they were trying to do. The problem is everything has such a low cooldown, it doesn't matter. That is my biggest problem with it. Because if you miss a health, what's the base cooldown of Hellfire? Do you know offhand? Like 6 seconds.
Oh, sorry, my bad. It's 7 seconds. Sorry.
7. Yeah, it's like 7 seconds. So you miss one, and you just have to wait 7 seconds.
I thought you were saying of like the miss cooldown.
No. I meant the actual the actual sequence.
Yeah, no, it's 7 seconds.
Yeah.
With if you have the feather, then if it's at max X, it's like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think the Hellfire cooldown is too short. I personally think, and it wouldn't be that drastic. I think it should be 10 to 12 seconds. And the reason for that isn't necessarily it would nerf it, but I would want Dracula to go more into the realm of use Hellfire if it hits or misses, and then you swap to Wolf to get the second hit, or vice versa. And then, obviously using Bat to kind of... Because the problem I feel right now is that, and a lot of people pointed this out, Wolf form has purpose. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be the people who are like, oh, there's no point in running Wolf form. It has a point, but, like, it's such a niche option most of the time. I wish it was more of, like, a cooldown buffer for the Hellfire, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
That's honestly the only change I would do to him. I just think Hellfire needs a longer cooldown, and that's it. And I think he's perfect.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know, because if you were to do that, people would be more paranoid to use Hellfire. Like, people would like M2 fake more and probably like hold it at pallets or like rush actions more if they do that. Honestly.
But that's the conundrum with like every killer power in the game, isn't it? It's like,
yeah,
you need the cooldown to be long enough to be punishing, but you also need it to be short enough so people feel comfortable using it. And I mean, like, Chucky's cooldown is... Chucky's a dash that's 10 seconds. I feel like a ranged anti-loot power being 10 seconds as well would be just fine.
How fast does Chucky move? Because I mean, with Chucky, it's like his like charge speed and...
How fast does he move, like, during the slice and dice?
Yeah.
It's 50% increase from 110, so 160%. But it also I'm about to get into some math. It has an acceleration, so it doesn't start at 50% increase. It starts at 10% and goes up during the dash. Unless he scampers. If he scampers, it's instant.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they should just revert Hellfire to what it was in the PTB, but I don't know.
I mean, it is... Also, I will give Behavior credit, because it does have the wind down for faking it is actually very short. or not short.
I mean, it was like kind of the same as Pyramid. Like, his wind up time was the same as Pyramid Dead's, and then
yeah,
they.
yeah, because you can still fake it and like zone with it that way, but like not as well as you can with some other killers. And I will give them credit for that. It's still possible to do and relatively easy, but you can still miss hits because you try to do it, which I think is kind of nice. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you think that's fine. I mean, I think my question would be, do you think wolf form needs to be changed in any way?
My only thing is I do not like the delay in between bounces. I feel like it's just so slow.
Would you rather it just be one long
Like
bounce?
so like okay, so I have a P100 Wesker, so I like to just like use both dashes like at once and flick and like, just like go fast, and like with Wolf, like I guess like since there's that delay in between bounces where you just wait and then you bounce again. I don't know, it just like I don't know, it feels weird to me, but the way you just like counter that, I guess, is if you bump into something. But if I wanted to bump into something, like I'd be playing Blight,
Well,
um,
go on, go on, go on.
no, it was just that. I was like, yeah,
It's one of those things because like right now, wolf form's main purpose is, and some people will fight me on this and say, well, that's actually what bat form is for. But I think wolf form's main purpose is in between loops. So I think, and maybe I'm being very reductive with how the power is supposed to work, but in my mind, it's like Hellfire is supposed to be at the loop, Wolf form is in between the loops, and Bat form is outside of Chase. At least that's what I feel like they were trying to go for. Now, with how the cooldowns and such are at the moment, Wolf form kind of doesn't do what I think they wanted it to do, and Bat form kind of took its place.
yeah. No, I think the cooldown, like for like shape shifting and stuff like that, I think it should be 3 seconds because, like, I don't know. I feel like 2.5 is a little fast. Like even for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not saying like I can't deal with that. I'm just saying like gameplay wise, I think it's a little fast. If they wanted to do something, I would say probably like 3. Because then like even if like you run clock tower gear right now, like there's like why would you run clock tower gear? It's just so fast.
I run it just because I think it does something. It's the reason I run it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the other option would be, like a delay before you can do anything once you transform, but that feels clunky as hell, and I don't like that when they do stuff like that. Because I've heard that idea thrown around, and it's just like, no.
Wait, what do you mean?
So like when you transform from bat to vampire, there's like a 2-second delay before you can M1 or M2.
Oh, there is a little delay.
Yeah, but like it's almost nothing. Right
Yeah.
now, which I think is fine. It's just yeah. My only suggest like I've because wolf form I don't think is as useless as people make it out to be. It's just like its use cases are way more niche than the other two. Um, I mean I'm a Chucky player. You know what I mean you follow me on Twitter, don't you?
I believe I do.
If you
Sorry,
don't, if
I've
you don't,
not been on Twitter the past couple of
you're
days.
a terrible human being if you don't. I'm kidding. But
No, I've been on Twitter the past couple of days, so.
but yeah, like I mean I use wolf form because a third person cam. I'm a
Yeah,
Chucky
no, I
man.
see.
It's like my favorite
I mean,
thing.
that's also like a way to use it. It's just like I honestly use wolf form at tall loops. Like, for example, like Coldwind, like the hay bells where like they can see you but you can't see them type thing.
Yeah.
I use like a wolf there. Like obviously like hey, if like I can't see you, like why can you see me? So
Yeah, third person camera on Killer is way more impactful than I think people realize.
yeah.
And it's the reason it's the reason why wolf form is 110. Which is
No, it's 115 now.
Is it 115 now? I thought it was
Yeah, they changed it. They changed it to 115.
Oh.
Yeah, and then like the orbs give you 120.
They should probably not have it be 150. Anyways,
No, it was 110 in the P. I promise you, like in the P2B, it felt awful as 110.
I mean, it's weird because you're a four-legged wolf, so it makes sense. If anything, I think the wolf should be faster, but
because like in the description of me, it was saying like, hey, the wolf is supposed to be the fast form. That's what it said like in the description.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like having him as 110 and then like the 10 orbs put you as like a regular movement speed killer. I don't know.
I mean, I've also had the suggestion of this is a funny. I don't. This could probably just be an add-on, honestly. Not like base kit. When you collect an orb when you're wolf form, you get another pounce. I don't know.
Like
I don't know if that would be broken or not.
like 3 pounces?
So like you pounce, you hit an orb during the pounce, and now you have two pounces, two more pounces.
Oh.
Yeah. That way it kind of rewards you for like actually like hit it. Like there's like a risk and reward thing there where it's like, do I aim for the orb to try to get the third
I
pounce?
see that as a purple, maybe.
Yeah. Well, once again, I don't think I wouldn't want it as a base kit. I do think it would make more sense.
Yeah, it would have to be an add-on, yeah.
But I think it would be an interesting idea. Um, I think the other thing Wolf form is supposed to do is it's supposed to also be the tracking form. But
Yeah, I know it's really good with tracking. Like anytime like I'm in like for example like Hatch or like trying to find the last survivor,
mhm.
if you especially have like servers telling, like you can tell where they're at.
Yeah, it's one of those things because I feel like just because of how DBD works, it's not like the most necessary thing. It's more of a nice thing than like a reason to use the form. So I don't know. Like what form is just. I feel like it could use a couple buffs, but like I don't know what they could do without overstepping it.
No, I feel like Wolfform is fine. The only problem I have with it is that in between bounces. Other than that, like I don't have any problems with Dracula.
No, fair enough. I mean, like, obviously, is there any changes, not just to base, by the way, but add-ons or anything you would change on Dracula?
Ooh, I think Medusa's hair is a little problematic.
How
I'll be
the
honest.
turns have tabled.
No, like when that add-on when I saw it got changed in the description, I was like, bro, there is no way this is gonna make it. Like, I give it a month. It's gonna get changed in like a mid-chapter like
I just
update.
I agree with you. It's just so funny to me that what it was on PTB to what it
I
is
know.
now. It's like, bro,
It was like one of the worst add-ons into the game to one of the most powerful add-ons in the game.
like, bro, we didn't want this, guys. The pendulum didn't have to swing the other way. It's just like,
It's like 12 meters, and they're hindered by 15%. It doesn't tell you how much it's hindered, but it's 15%.
just make it exhaustion.
I was saying it makes them scream. That's what was my original thing. Like,
Would that work?
it makes them. Yeah,
You can hear screams in bed.
yeah.
Oh,
My favorite build on him right now is like ultimate weapon, or just one perk in there is ultimate weapon. I won't spoil the whole thing just yet, but it's ultimate weapon, and since ultimate weapon doesn't need a terror radius anymore, and it's like position of the locker, you can pretty much like see where they're at, and then like teleport to them, and then they have Medusa's hair, and then they're just dead.
do you know? Do you know my bat only 4K challenge?
I saw, yeah.
That was something interesting that was popping up during that. No one got it, by the way.
Well, ultimate weapon.
No, well, not ultimate weapon, but people were. It was really fun to set that challenge up, by the way, because I started seeing metas form, and one of the metas was tricking survivors to get into lockers, to get the downs, which is really funny. But it was really cool because I didn't even know you could open lockers as bat form until someone did that.
Yeah, no, you can.
Yeah, no, that challenge was really fun to just watch people. I had about 6 or 7 people send in 3Ks. Not a single person got a 4K though.
Nobody got it.
Nobody got it. I went ahead.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Like,
neither. Well, once again, I learned a lot from that because I'm doing more of these. I just did one the other day. Someone got in an hour.
yeah, I saw that. I was like, that seems like pretty kind of easy.
Yeah. Well, I tested it with. I had like 4 like really good Survivor players testing it, and no one got it in my testing.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I've been running Moment of Glory when I'm on like Survivor, and I was like, I feel like I could get this probably first try.
Yeah. Anyways, the next one's gonna be a lot harder. I made sure.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Sure of this one. I can say it here. It's gonna be. Do you know what Shark Known is?
Oh,
It's gonna be Shark Known, limited to 1 aura reading add-on. You can bring a map offering, or you had to bring a map offering to a map with 2 floors. so pretty much mid-witch. And you have to get 10 downs from downstairs.
Oh.
I made it downs because if I made it hooks, there's a pretty easy way to cheese that. But I made it downs because which is going to be annoying to track and look over, but it is what it is. I feel like that one's going to be way more interesting. I need to work out the kinks on some of the limitations, but that was the biggest problem with the Moment of Glory.
That's going to be rough because like you're going to be constantly like trying to like hit them while they're upstairs, but then you also have to patrol the gens upstairs because if they do all the gens upstairs, then they're going to want to stay downstairs.
Yeah. Well, I also like I said, I also limited it to one aura reading add-on or perk because you know, people would run 4 aura reading perks and probably get it done in a match or 2.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I might limit it to 2 and not 1. 1 seems really restrictive. But we'll see. Once again, I'm still working on the kinks. It's going to be a couple weeks. I was not expecting someone to get the Moment of Glory one in a fucking hour. I was thinking like a day or 2. But
yeah, no.
it is what it is. Whatever. I like doing them. I think it's fun and it's neat to see people like do things like that. I don't know. Challenges are fun. But any other add-ons other than Medusa's Head? Or do you think all the other ones are fine?
When they I mean, I don't really think there's a need for White Wolf Medallion. I'll be honest.
Is that the?
That's you get like 40%. It says it even says like a second duration or anything like that for when they get like Killer Instinct when they rush in action or whatever. I don't know. Like I feel like I'll never use that add-on.
I get what they're doing with that one. Honestly,
I guess it's to help newer players, maybe
honestly, like, would it be too much if it just gave aura reading at that point for an add-on? Do you think it would be too much?
As a yellow, I don't think they do that.
Yeah, it's a yellow. That's true. I don't know. I mean, they could maybe just increase the timer on it too. I'm not too sure.
Because like it's 40% of what 3 seconds, so that's like. Yeah. Not even a second extra.
Is it of or is it additive?
It just says 40%. Increases Killer Instinct duration by 40%.
Does it have a plus sign next to it?
Nope.
Okay, then it's multiplicative, so it'd be 40% of, so about less than a second.
Oh, lovely.
So and it probably rounds up, so it probably adds a second to it.
And other than that, I think his other add-ons are fine. It was funny because Force of Echo, I don't even know why. Like, I remember in the PTB, I was like, why is this an add-on? Like, the add-on was just so bad. And then I noticed... Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, go ahead.
Okay, and then I noticed on the symbol, it literally says, and I quote, an artifact that grants bats even greater sense in the dark. Why is it buffing the wolf? Like and then when they changed it, I was like, cool, they're gonna give something to the bat for this, and it's the wolf again. I'm like, bro,
that sounds like behavior.
Like what? There's even a bat symbol on the add-on. Like
that's funny. It's really fucking funny. The other one, like honestly, like I think Dracula's add-ons are like really well designed. Personally,
yeah,
I think they took what made Vecna's add-ons good, because I actually think Vecna's add-ons are also... I know some debate me on this. Vecna, I feel like they were going more thematic with the add-ons in the sense of he's a D&D character, so they wanted you to customize him.
I think his eerie add-ons are really good. I'll be honest.
Who, Vecna's?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just like I'm saying like because like all the add-ons are like there's like 2 buffs for orb, 2 buffs for hand, 2 buffs for flight, 2 buffs for Skellyman, and it seems like what they wanted you to do is customize how Vecna plays for you.
Oh, I see.
Because he's a D&D character, so I feel like they...
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think about it that way. That's kind of cool.
No, once again, I can't prove that's what they did, but it seems like...
Yeah, but it seems that way. Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, why would you buff orb? Why not just base orb is fine? Like, yeah, well, it's like if you want to buff the orb, you can, you know. But I thought that was a very interesting way to go about it. But Dracula, I feel like because Dracula's in a similar boat to Vecna with having the multiple abilities, and they kind of went. I feel like they added too much to a lot of them because there's like what 2 bat ones, 5 for wolf form, and then I think it's like 4 for Hellfire, and then the rest are shapeshift and then random, like Cube of Zoe.
I mean, the thing is with Force of Echo, like when I put like my changes on like the PTB notes, I was like, look, like this is what you could probably do, right? I was like, hey, give Killer Instinct when they rush, like because since it is green, give them Killer Instinct when they rush in action, since it is bat. But then I was like, or if you want to do something like make it where like they get the centaurs faster, right? And then they change it to centaurs faster, and then like for magical ticket, I was like, hey, like make part of magical ticket base kit, and then like reduce the thing. And then later on, they reduced it, like, the actual, like, magical ticket. I was like, I'm not saying they listen to me, but, like...
Cube of Zoe is another one. Now, before someone says it, yes, technically speaking, Cube of Zoe is supposed to be a, quote, meme add-on. However, that doesn't mean it should be as bad as it is, in my opinion. I think it should be 20 seconds, not 10. That's the only change I would do to it.
Oh, shit.
I would also, because I did this during testing, you know his Eerie that makes the Hellfire track?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that doesn't affect Cube of Zoe. I feel like it should.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because I was testing this because I had someone stand still, and I stood still with Cube of Zoe, and a gen popped. Not a single pillar hit them.
The thing with Cube of Zoe, though, or Zoe, or whatever, I don't even know how to pronounce it.
I don't know if it's Zoe. League of Legends, Zoe is Zoe, so I just say Zoe.
Yeah, either way, but, like, even with that, like, if you're into Swift, like, you'll probably never get value out of this add-on.
No.
Because, like, if you're in Chase, you're, like, 99 the gen.
Yeah.
Until, like, it'll go down, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's just one of those things. It's, like, I've never been, like, I'm all for, like, meme add-ons that, like, make you worse. Because I think those can be fun, like handicap add-ons. But it's a purple, and I feel like I'm fine with it not being like super good, but I still think it should be buffed a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that. It'd be cool, make it more impressive.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think it would necessarily even be that oppressive. You get 5 uses out of it.
True, I guess.
So I think 20 seconds would be fine, and maybe do the tracking from. I don't want the base kit tracking on. I'm just saying that if you're running the iridescent with it, I feel like it should also track. I mean, the iridescent tracking is also kind of shit anyway, so normal Hellfire. I was running the iridescent one.
I don't know. I feel like they'd be kind of strong if they did that.
Maybe.
Because if we were to track them, think about it, like if you're in Chase and you have it like tracking them and they have 20 seconds of that, the thing with like the debuff to that is that it reduces your base Hellfire like pillars that you have. So I guess that's why they didn't try and do that. I don't know. That's like saying if Alucard Shield would do the same thing, you know?
Yeah, maybe. It's one of those things because they have time to react, I feel.
Yeah.
So maybe. I would like to see it tested at the least. I don't know. The iridescent's kind of weird anyways because it, I ran it a few matches and I forget I have it every single time. Like the tracking just doesn't feel like it's there.
Yeah, no, when I ran, I'm not gonna say I run the add-on. When I ran the add-on, I don't know. Like I was like, is it helping?
I like it. It's very minor, and it's only on the tip, isn't it? It's only on the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a weird kind of tracking thing, and
it curves it.
Yeah, and I'm not expecting it to like I aim it in the general direction and it just hits them. I'm not expecting that. It's not what I'm saying, but like it feels like it doesn't do anything sometimes.
Yeah.
It's.
But I understand why they didn't make it like insane because then like obviously it'd be like aimbot or whatever. I don't know.
It's a weird. Honestly, I would be cool if they would just reworked it completely to something else.
Yeah, no, I would be too.
Like,
I mean, I don't think I'm ever gonna use the add-ons, so
like, hear me out. What if the iridescent add-on gave you a third pounce on? I'm kidding. Anyway, I want 3 pounces. Anyways,
eh.
teachables. This is a weird one because I bring these up because I feel like it's something people don't talk about enough with killers. Because I think the teachables are very important, especially on killers like Wraith, whose teachables are god awful until the next patch.
Yeah, I see that they're like trying to help his perks, but I feel like there's just nothing you can do to save his perks.
I don't know. Shadowborn, this isn't Dracula's perk, but Shadowborn, I have found one killer who can use it.
They're reworking it again.
Are they? Oh yeah, it was on the list, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the current Shadowborn, the only killer I found who gets any use out of it is Myers.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, you're tier 3, they drop a pallet on your head and flashlight blinds you, now you're running at Mach 10.
Yeah.
That's it though. It's the only time I've ever gotten value out of it, personally. But for Dracula's perks in particular, he has quite the interesting set, and honestly, I have not really been seeing them as much as I thought I would. For those who don't know Dracula's teachables, you have Hex, Wretched Fate, Dominance, and Human Greed. Is it human? Yeah, it's Human Greed.
Mm-hmm. Human Greed, yeah.
I'll start with probably the least problematic, and then we'll work our way up. Because during the PTB, a lot of people thought all of these perks were going to be problematic. Again, I have barely seen anyone using them at all.
That's how it is. Everybody says everything's problematic when it's not.
So probably the least problematic of the 3, in my opinion, is Human Greed. And I think the reason people thought it was problematic was because they didn't. The description isn't accurate to how it works. Because the way,
yeah, I get it's like supposed to be the weave attunement of like chess or whatever, I guess.
Yeah, but the aura reading is it's timed.
Yeah.
Which I think is the thing that was confusing people, because, and it confused me too, because I thought it was like as long as they're in the range, you have the aura reading. No, it's
I feel like that's what they're gonna do with the weave.
Yeah, it's once they enter the range, then the timer starts and then it goes away. I think Human Greed is fine. I also like the fact that you can close chests. It's almost never useful, but like it's an interesting thing you can do.
Yeah.
And some of the synergies it has, I have a full that I did like a full aura reading build with it with I ran Undying, Darkness Revealed, Human Greed, and oh man, what was the other one? There's another one. Oh, Weave Attunement on its own. And you basically just have aura reading on every part of the map. I think with the new patch, I think with the new patch, I'd probably swap it out for Sanction if it stays how it is, which it better not.
I don't think it will. I remember someone on the forums, or no, it was Twitter.
Yeah, it was today.
They were like, "Dude, forums is not forums." They're like, "Oh, Zanshin's so OP," and they're like, "Yeah, we listen to feedback, and like we got a lot of changes coming." So I don't think it's staying.
Yeah. I do want to say people being overdramatic about this patch, by the way. It's a PT.
Oh yeah, no, they are.
It's gonna change. It's gonna change.
Like, I don't know. I feel like Zanshin would only really be strong in like Nurse or like.
Well, it wouldn't even be strong on Nurse. Why are you dropping pallets against Nurse?
True.
Someone pointed that out to me. When a bunch of people were talking about Nurse, it's like,
well, like there are some people that do though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. But like in theory, you shouldn't be dropping pallets against Nurse. There's like no reason to.
Yeah.
Pyramid Head was like the #1 winner of that.
Oh yeah, that and Chucky.
Oh, and Chucky. Yeah. I just say reduce the time to like 2 seconds or 3 seconds.
I think it should just have a cooldown. I don't know why it doesn't have a cooldown.
Oh, okay, cooldown. Yeah, like I'm all ears. Yeah, no, I could see that too.
Like it was just like anytime they're within the palette, it's just like what?
Yeah, it's funny because we were just talking about Human Greed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It feels like they didn't learn their lesson after they learned their lesson. Um, but yeah, I think human greed is fine. I don't really think it needs any changes or anything like that. Like the wording is a little weird on it, but again, that's more that's just I feel a symptom of the game because a lot of perks have that issue where the wording is very strange on how it actually works. Um,
Yeah.
but I think human greed is fine. The other one that's kind of problematic, quote unquote, is dominance. Um,
Really?
a lot of people on the PTB had issues with it. Once again, I have not seen it or heard about it since it came to live. Uh, and I think it's fine. It's just another totem defense thing.
You know what's funny? I saw some I saw someone on the forums, they were like, you should make it 30 seconds. I was like, 30
30
seconds?
seconds? What?
I was like, bro, I don't know what you're on, but I want to be on that.
Like I could see it maybe being 10. 30? What?
My only thing with that perk I don't like is that it doesn't give you like the red indicator at the bottom that it's active or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like the red, like if a power's on or a perk is on cooldown or whatever, like
There's no sound notification either.
yeah, like I wish it did that. Like there's just no way it's in play, you know?
Yeah.
You just have to look on the map at all times to see if there's like a white totem, you know?
It's like Gearhead.
Yeah.
That's why I don't run Gearhead. Honestly, if Gearhead had a sound notification, which by the way, alert does behavior. Anyways, if Gearhead had a sound notification, I would probably run it more often. But I think Dominance is fine. I don't think it needs a buff or a nerf or anything. I think it's perfectly okay. It fits into totem builds, which is not that many builds.
No, like strength wise it's fine. It's just like if I had to change it, that's the only thing I would do to it. Is just put like an indicator for it, you know?
Part of me kind of doesn't want the indicator because I feel like that could lead to some issues. Because
Yeah, but it's a one-time use, and you have to think that it was like old Thrill used to do that. Like anytime they
Yeah.
got on the totem.
I miss old Thrill.
Yeah, I do too.
Rest in peace, old pig build.
Yeah, no, I needed to go though.
It did, but still I miss it. I think another thing it could do, someone could correct me if I'm wrong, it does work on relit totems from Pentimento, doesn't it? If it does, because I feel like part of me thinks it does because I feel like I've used it with it and it worked.
I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty sure it would, yeah.
If it does, I feel like it shouldn't on that at the very least.
Yeah, no, it should on that, but like the base totems.
Yeah. And chest. It
Yeah.
does it on chest too. I actually got
Chest too, yeah.
I got a kill because of that once.
Oh my god.
Yeah, someone went to basement.
Oh.
And then I was like right by Shaq and I saw the chest go white. And I just like walked in and they kind of looked at me all sad. Good times.
That's funny.
And then the last one, which is probably the actual problematic one, but again, haven't really been seeing it run. And I feel like there's enough. We'll get into that in a second. Wretched Fate, which is the 33% action speed reduction. Wait, is it action speed or repair speed?
Repair speed.
It's just repair speed? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
33 repair speed reduction to the Obsession once the first gen is done until the totem is taken off. Now, there's also a plaything effect with it where the Obsession sees the aura within 12 meters, which I think is why, in my opinion, it's not problematic. Because if the Obsession realistically wants to get rid of it, it is very easy to find. And unlike Plaything, it's not blocked for anybody else either.
I won't lie. I've been kind of running blindness with that perk. Like I'll run it with
Third Seal?
I'll run it with Third Seal, yeah. Third Seal, Penameno, Undying.
But
Fresh Fate.
At the same time, it's like if you know totem spawns, it's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
That leads to do it.
But then you're also juggling between, is it mine or is it not plaything? Is it a third seal? Is it undying? You know, like
I mean, but if it glows, it goes. Like it does. It shouldn't really matter. You see a lit totem, get rid of it,
yeah.
and then the killer is pentimento, and then you have your team anyway. And you know what? I think that more leads into a discussion of if pentimento is a problem. Which that's a touchy one because I've heard suggestions on making the gen thing the second stack, and I feel like people forget that it was the second stack when it first
It
released,
was, yeah.
and no one used it.
I think it should be second stack because 30% on every survivor for just having one totem up. I don't know.
My problem with it is, and I know some people are going to say solo queue, but like my problem with that is that you know where the totem is.
Yeah.
You're the one who got rid of it. You know where it was, so you can just go back and do it again. That would be my counter argument. And once again, I know someone would say solo queue, but it's like, I mean, there has to be a line drawn there, right?
Well, I just went counterforce. I don't know. Okay.
Or run a map. I say this so many run maps. For the love of God, run maps. You would be surprised.
I never run maps.
You would be surprised how much, and I know you all have them because no one runs them. You'd be surprised how much use you get out of a map.
Yeah.
You would be surprised. But I think Wretched Fate is okay. The one thing with all of these perks, and it was similar with Deafness perks too. None of them are really that great on their own. They're all like supplementary perks for like they like all fit into builds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I've noticed behaviors, especially on the killer side, is leaning more towards that. It seems rather than making perks that are good on their own, they're making perks that are more like I said, they're like build finishers. They slot in.
Yeah, like Dark Arrogance, Bamboozle, Weave Franklin's, Languid Spies. Yeah.
Well, okay. To be fair, I think Langwind is actually pretty okay on its own, and Dark Arrogance. I'm a Dark Arrogance only enjoyer, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, the people who say Dark Arrogance should be buffed, no, it shouldn't because it can be combined with Bamboozle. That's why they didn't buff it.
Or Superior.
Or Superior. That's why they didn't buff it. It's yeah. I like Dark Arrogance just because it. I've done once again. I main Chucky. There are. Last I checked, it's 12 loops in the game that you can only get a hit on with that extra few percent from Dark Arrogance.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm a nerd. Let me be a nerd. And that's why I prefer Dark Arrogance. Plus, if you're playing Chucky right, you shouldn't be getting stunned anyways.
Yeah.
So the downside isn't really there. Unless you're playing against like god tier survivors that like know exactly when to drop up. Anyways, but like Dracula's perks I think are fine. Like once again, I don't think any of them need any significant changes. Maybe a couple buffs or nerfs here and there, but overall they're really well designed in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I think they're fun.
Wish I saw them more. Especially human greed. I really thought we were going to see human greed all over the place. But
I thought we were going to see Dominance a lot. I'll be honest.
yeah, I thought Dominus was going to be the savior of hex perks, and it really wasn't.
Yeah.
Should probably get back to the drawing board on that one behavior. But yeah, I mean, you wouldn't make any other than what you said. No substantial changes to any of his perks.
No, I think they're fine on their own. Okay. Honestly.
And
yeah, I mean,
go on.
I mean, I guess my only thing for human greed is like, why make the chest faster if you close it? You know.
I think that was just to like give it like inbuilt counterplay.
I guess.
I think that's what they were going for. That way the survivors like because the counterplay for the survivors to open the chest. At least it's supposed to be. At least it's the keyword they're supposed to be. So I think that was like their way of like in-building counterplay into it.
Yeah, no, I can see now.
Yeah, I mean it's just like the closing chest thing. It's like it seems odd that it has the ability to do that. but you know, like I kind of get it. It's that way you can keep getting use out of it, I suppose. Even though it's rarely, I don't think I've ever closed the chest with it. So,
I mean, I like that human greed is like it is a chess perk.
yeah,
Like it actually fits Dracula.
Mhm. Oh yeah, for sure. I think, and even like Trevor's perks, I've talked about this before. Um, I think the best one they did was the one I never see, which is it Exalted?
Oh, exaltation.
Exaltation, there it is. Yeah. Exaltation. I love that perk because of what it's simulating. Um and once again, I don't play Castlevania that much, so maybe I'm overthinking this. To me, that perk is supposed to be the closest we're going to get to the whip.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Which was a very, very clever way of doing it, I feel. Given I
It's
mean,
like giving the whip without giving the whip.
yeah, yeah, because you can pickpocket in it's not Symphony of the Night. It's I think it's Castlevania 2. I could be wrong. I think it's the second game you can pickpocket
Hmm.
enemies. It's not Symphony of the Night. I know you can't pickpocket in that one. To the comment telling me yes you can. Um
There you go.
listen, last I checked you can't. Anyways,
I was like, actually, I played that yesterday.
but like all the perks are also very thematic for Dracula. We'll get more into this with the adaptation section, but like I mean dominance, not just the naming conventions, but just like what they do. It's like dominance. It makes a spell essentially last longer.
Yeah.
Human greed is it's a trap, and then wretched fate again. It's a spell. It's like a spell basically punishing the person he's going after, and
And that's what I like recently about what they're doing with perks is like they're actually like thematically like,
mhm.
you know, going to the character while also like giving them some sort of value, you know?
Yeah, I think they
I don't know.
fumbled it a bit with Chucky's, in my opinion. Um,
Really? I love batteries. Batteries is one of my favorite perks in the game.
yeah, I mean, like two can play.
Batteries and friends, like those are like my two favorite perks.
Maybe it's just because I don't like two can play. Even though two can play does do something I really do like, which is it can relight. I didn't know this until like 2 months ago.
Oh,
Yeah, did you know it can relight?
I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you get stunned twice again after it's cleansed, yeah, it relights.
Damn.
Yeah. It relights on a different totem, but like, yeah, it
Yeah, I
relights.
know that's kind of strong.
Yeah. The thing is, like, it's one of those perks where, like, the value, you can't always initially see it. And I think it's the other problem it has. That's a problem a lot of perks have in this game. Uh, I mean, we just kind of talked about it with dominance a bit. Like, even if it saves
Yeah.
the 8 seconds, if you don't see it doing that, you really don't notice. I think you feel like it didn't do anything. Um, but moving on a bit from the perks though, builds you run. Um,
Ooh.
you said you wanted to keep this a secret. What is this super meta defining Dracula build you have going on?
Mine. Oh man. Okay, so my main one that I'm running right now is Ultimate Weapon, Darkness, Ruin, and Iron Maiden with
Ruin.
Medusa's Hair and Lapis. Yeah, Ruin is just like the little slowdown.
Yeah, fair enough.
Um,
Fair enough.
so it's like they're trying to find the totem while I'm teleporting, like
Mm-hmm.
getting or making them scream, teleport to them. Like obviously he's a very very good totem defender type killer. So, um, yeah,
Well, also like
it's amazing, especially on like Midwich or something.
yeah, also I mean going into bat form, I feel like is initial like immediate pressure for people to get off of gens. Also,
Yeah.
so I think that also helps with it. Ruin.
Yeah, another one of my builds is the Friends build.
Mhm.
So it's a Nemesis, Monitor, Furtive, and then Friends, and then obviously Moonstone Necklace. And then I run Killer Doll with this. You don't have to because like since Wolf is smaller, having I think it's a 20-meter turret radius in Wolf form is kind of dope. I won't lie. And if you have Furtive active, then you're undetectable.
Mm,
So
yeah, and the movement speed.
Exactly.
which on Wolf is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Um, because it's funny to me that Wolf form has like no tells, which is really strange considering how many tells they gave Chucky.
Yeah.
Because I was testing it on PTB for like the third person camera hits, and it was like, yeah, there's no howl, there's no like growling or anything, there's no like the one tell is that the body is long, so you can't like hide the same way Chucky does.
I mean, I guess if you're charging it, then he goes like or whatever. Like,
yeah, but if you're just waiting for them to run into you,
yeah,
which survivors do way more than you think they do.
yeah.
People always tell me like bad survivors only do it. I check some of the players I play against. Some of them have like 9K hours and still do it.
Dang.
Well, here's the thing I've noticed, this is from playing Chucky a lot, and it happens with Wolf too. Players look behind them instinctually. So when they're at a loop and they don't hold check spots, they're looking behind them. So they're running right into you and have no idea. It happens so much more than it should. But I mean, people still do it. They panic. Also, we might get into this in tips and such. Do you know about the red stain manipulation with Dracula?
Not necessarily.
So when you shapeshift from I mean obviously bat, but when you shapeshift from wolf to vampire or vice versa, your red stain goes away during the transformation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's so funny how many hits you can get with that.
Yeah, like sometimes when I'm just like in a normal loop, like my only thing is that since Wolf like has like the penalty of like walking backwards and like Chucky doesn't, I don't know why. Anyways.
Because it would
Anyways, I rest my
as
case.
fuck.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I guess like I kind of like zigzag.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, like I will walk backwards or like zigzag, so like I'm hiding my red stain, but I also don't have a penalty.
I'll just.
So
The thing is, I've heard the suggestion of making Chucky have the same penalty. Here's the thing: most Chuckies don't back up; they strafe, so it wouldn't do anything.
yeah, I don't know. Like they're, I don't know. It's just like why do it to one character, not the second? You know,
well, Chucky also has a bunch of tells,
guess.
and Chucky has bright ass red hair, which is also part of his balancing. By the way, they said it in the dev notes. Which is why we'll never get bald Chucky, unless like they make it like shiny or something.
Yeah, but then why like? I don't know.
I don't. Isn't the wolf also slightly taller than Chucky?
I think just like a little bit, yeah, and like he's wider too.
Yeah. I need to do testing on that, by the way. I'm pretty sure you can block basement stairs by just standing like a log.
I didn't think about that.
I think I did it on Midwich once because they can't drop down the stairs on that basement.
Well, honestly, probably I don't know if the tail would have collision.
I'd be curious to test it. It'd
Yeah.
be a funny oversight. Not even an oversight. It would just be funny if it worked.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, like, why Iron Maiden? Is it just for?
It's just to make it faster. If you want to run Iron Man, you could probably run like Undying or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels smoother for me. And there are times a lot of people do get unlockers for whatever reason, like flashbangs or like, you know, just tied or whatever. So like, you just teleport to them. They're slow, exposed, boom.
Yeah, I would. I mean, it probably doesn't happen often, but I'm sure some people run the lockers to dodge a wolf pounce sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could say. I mean, there's some blight players who run it for pretty much that same reason.
Oh
yeah.
I didn't think about it on Blight.
Yeah, a lot of people, not a lot, but I know some blight players who run it because people rush into a locker to avoid the hit, and then
I know it's very common on Artist.
Yeah, on Artist. I haven't ran it too often on Chucky, but I might start doing that because I think people are figuring out lockers work really well against him. Because if you can combine that with carving knife, you basically always get a hit.
Oh.
Yeah, carving knife is becoming my favorite add-on. I swear. Um, so overlooked, so overlooked. It's so good. Uh, but like anything else in particular, or is it mostly just like meme stuff?
I know it seems like memey or like meme like builds are like I don't see them as like meme builds though. Like
well,
to
no,
me they're not, but
no,
like I
no,
know
no,
they
no,
are.
no, no. I wasn't even saying it was a meme build. I was just saying like, is there like other than
Oh.
like meme builds and such? Is there anything else you really run?
Oh my bad, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
uh I mean there's a like a Vault Haste one I have. It's like rapid, undone, superior than batteries with Medusas and Pocket Watch.
I see.
Um
I see rapid on him quite a bit actually.
yeah, I mean if you're constantly using your power, you'll never get bloodless, so rapid's a really good perk on him. It's one of my favorites actually.
So it makes wolf form feel better.
Yeah, there's also another like main build that I'm using right now. Sorta. It's brutal fire up ruin dissolution with sunglasses and the feather. And if you don't want to run feather, you could just run the circlet or the ruby or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah, I think dissolution is actually probably a really good one on him too, because I mean hellfire and wolf form kind of just force people to vault anyways. Or in just in general, even well, no, bat wouldn't work because they're not in your terror radius. Never mind.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I learned that one.
I mean, I just use it for like hellfire.
Yeah.
Because like this is kind of like my hellfire build, you know?
Mm-hmm. And this is something Scooty has had me start asking every podcast now. Bam or brutal? If you had to pick one.
Uh oh man.
This is the
Oh, Scooty. I would say brutal.
brutal.
I don't know. I've always been just a brutal fan on it. I mean, I have a P1 into Wesker, so.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Wesker usually runs both, doesn't he?
I don't run Bam on him, honestly.
Okay, fair enough.
I love my like my brutal, enduring, grim deadmans or not deadmans, deadlock.
Brutal enduring, of course.
Yeah, it's just so good. Yeah.
I mean,
No, I think it'd be brutal.
that's the thing. We did talk about like wolf form not really having a point, but I mean, brutal strength into a wolf pounce is pretty much a guaranteed hit most of the time.
Yeah, and since like you stay in wolf form after, I'm still kind of sad they removed Batman and
the lycanthrope.
You know, I actually there's a way to get it. I found a way to get it. I just forgot how to like do it, but I did it, and I did the same for Wolf. Hold on, I have pictures of it.
I've seen the bat cape, a little bit more. I saw someone post.
I got that one too. Yeah. Oh, let me send you these pictures.
The bat cape and like crypto.
Here's what it's
not the currency, by the way. The super dog. Culture yourselves.
Where's it at? No, that's Dracula demo. Okay, I'll send you these for now. And then while I find it.
What the fuck?
No, I'm kind of sad they removed it, but
They make me laugh every time. People lost their fucking minds over these.
did I not save it? That's kind of sad. I thought I did.
Better be able to find a Fortnite dance version of Dracula. So I mean, pretty standard builds. Is there any like add-ons like you prefer over all the rest?
I mean, you would hate me for this, but
Is it reduces hair?
It's Medusa. Like, it's just so like, why would you not run it? You know, it's just so free.
The same reason I don't run rat poison.
Yeah. Okay. Then I guess it's rat poison for Dracula. I don't know. It's just so good.
It's
So good.
one of those things I talk about. This it's like if you play a killer with like a really good add-on like that, and you don't use that add-on for like a couple months, and then you come back and start using it, you will be a god.
Yeah.
It's insane how much of a difference that can make. Um, it's playing with it's like running with weights.
Yeah.
Um, so next question. This is a bit more esoteric and probably a longer one. And usually where most of the podcast stems from. State of the game. So we just got a very controversial PTB, and a very controversial game mode, and of another very controversial game mode that got bugged. And people are not happy with the game at the moment. At least people say they're not happy with the game, even though I see the player count still going up. Anyways, it's funny how that works. But in your opinion, how would you say the state of the game is at the moment?
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. Like the thing with Chaos Shuffle, like, I mean, it's just like minuscule numbers with the perks, you know. Like, don't really see that big of a problem with it. Um, the only problem I have with it is just the easy anti-cheat thing.
Mm.
Like how it sometimes crashes your game. But other than that, like, I don't have any problems with the game.
Yeah, I think like we had like a very buggy patch a little while ago. It still wasn't the most buggy patch we've ever had, by the way. Um,
Yeah.
I swear people just forget the twins chapter even happened.
No, yeah.
I wasn't even
Bro, even the twins PTB was just so bad. Like when they tried reworking the twins, like even that PTB was bad.
Yeah, and you know I've talked about this in the past a lot. The whole point of a PTB is to test things. We ask behavior all the time. Hey, use the PTB to actually test stuff, and then they actually do that, and then everyone gets upset, and it bothers me for some reason.
No.
It's like they're doing the thing we're asking them to do, and we still.
That's why, like, I just when people be like, "This can't do this," I'd be like, I don't even respond to it anymore. I'm just like, okay.
like people are complaining about like corrective action, even though we know it's not coming to live that way. They've already said it's not. Which once again is the whole point of a public test build, is to put it on there, see what happens, and then adjust it before it comes to live. But honestly, I would rather it not even get adjusted. Like, even if it doesn't get adjusted before live, I'm fine with it being like that for a couple weeks before they patch it again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm perfectly okay. I know some people don't have faith in them, but like, unless it's like an MFT situation, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. And even then, like, yeah, it was 6 months of MFT, but like, relatively I mean, we had 5 years of Dead Hard. Like, we'll be fine. I don't know.
I mean, I'm a little biased, but I don't think made for this needed that.
What needed the nerf?
Yeah.
Really?
I think they should make it like what they're doing with the Quick Gambit.
Or it has a timer if
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I play a 110 killer, so I would feel miserable against it. Also, at the time, I mained Clown, so I didn't even have a problem with MFT anyways.
Yeah, no, I was on that Singularity high, so like when I got the 3% hinder with Soma Family Photo, I'm like, look, I got my 3% now.
It's really fun. Like,
someone was like, it's only 3%.
MFT is another one of those. We talked about earlier how people like said perks are going to be problematic on the PTB all the time. MFT was actually the opposite. People said it was useless on the PTB. Go back and watch videos. I swear to you. A A lot.
I think since it had like both the endurance and like the speed, like
Mhm.
it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like on the PTB, like when it was on PTB, people didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. And then a month
No,
later,
actually, some people did. Some people thought it was like really, really crazy. And then I remember seeing tweets they're like, "If Made for This gets nerfed because like you guys are complaining, like I'm gonna be really mad." And then there was a time they're like, "No, we think Made for This is fine." Like the devs were like, "No, we think Made for This is fine. Like we don't have any plans for changing it." And the next update later, they're like, "Made for This."
yeah, it's almost like it was ran on 90% of builds. But I mean, you could argue that's not even necessarily because
I mean, it was just so good.
yeah,
You
but
know,
it's
like
one of
why would you
those
not run it?
it's one of those things, and I say this all the time. It's a live service game problem. Pick rates don't tell the whole story, but at the same time, if 90% of the player base is using something, maybe you should adjust it.
Yeah.
I remember Destiny 2 had this problem. It was when Destiny 2 first launched, there was a gun called Mida Multi-Tool, which was a very, very good scout rifle. And the devs, it had a 90% pick rate. Like
Dying.
it's used by 90% of players. And the devs came out and said they're not nerfing it because their stats showed that it wasn't the best gun in the game. There was another gun that was better than it, but no one was using it. So they ran into the conundrum because here's the thing: it doesn't matter if there's a better gun. People think this one's better. So then you also have like run into that issue with game balance. It's like how do you change perception? Like what if something
Yeah.
what if something isn't good or that great, but it's still ran by like 90% of the player base?
I mean, that's how a lot of people think. Like something's overpowered when, like, in reality, like most of
Windows
the time,
Windows is probably the best example in this game.
yeah.
Yeah, the more I think about it, yeah, it's ran by a lot of people, but like it's not like game changing. Annoying, but like it's not.
It can be on a very good survivor. I
Yeah,
will say that.
yeah, that is true. I think it's a barometer to see who's a good survivor and who isn't.
Because like on your average like survivor, they see yellow, they're gonna run to yellow. But like on your good survivor, they're gonna see like where each pallet spawn is at and how to tile each one accordingly, you know?
Yeah,
So
I should make this clear. This is not me calling for windows of opportunity nerfs. I think the perk is fine. Um, I'm just saying.
I mean I won't complain.
Play,
No kidding.
just
I
play.
don't I really care for the perk, but like
If
just
you
saying.
if you really don't like windows of opportunity, play singularity and run plant fiber. Boom.
Yeah, that's what I used to do.
Boom. You just counter the entire perk. Best
Or
blindness effect.
cremated mains, my bad. Cremated
Yeah, I'm
remains.
sorry. Plant fiber is the 20%.
Production to hinder, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much my build on singularity. Is those two add-ons. Um,
Yeah.
it's the best blindness add-on in the game. I swear. It's not on the timer. Realistically speaking, it's just great, and it forces people to want to get EMPs because people don't like
I don't
being.
know. I feel like I'd never really used plant fibers.
Use it. I swear to you, you're not going to see the effect much because it's blindness. You're not really going to notice what it's doing. It helps you more than you think it does.
No, I was talking about the plant fibers, the hinder one.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It just feels good. That's the only reason I use it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's actually good. It just feels good.
Yeah.
Um, it's one of those add-ons. Um, but yeah, like I think like people are really overblowing like that the game. Like I mean, people do this every single patch. Game is dying. The game is dead. Player count keeps going up. Who cares? Um, even with like people were saying it for like Lights Out, like how it was a nothing game mode and that no one was playing it, and it was like kind of bad for the game. It's like I don't think it was that bad. I had fun in it.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know how I finished the like the challenges.
You know,
I got like what I needed for like my rewards, and then I stopped playing it.
I didn't really do a video on it, but the honestly my favorite thing about Lights Out is they're gonna hate me for this. It was the lack of a HUD. That was my favorite thing about Lights Out.
Oh,
On both sides. The lack of a HUD meant that when I was playing Lights Out, I didn't have to think. I wasn't thinking about anything. I wasn't stressing about gens. I wasn't stressing about in game. I wasn't stressing about cooldowns, charge times.
Yeah, the thing
Nothing.
with the no HUD though, like I think it was cool. Like sometimes like I run no HUD on Steam, like you can remove the HUD.
Mhm.
Um but doing that like on Steam like removes your skill checks and everything. So
Uh,
that sucks.
I don't know. Like in-game collapse is probably, in my opinion, the most interesting thing in Lights Out because there was no timer, so you had to go off the visuals alone, which was really cool. I had so many like, there's a lot of moments where like one person would be left in the match and I'd be chasing them, and neither of us knew if they were about to die or not, and it was kind of cool. I don't know. That's really what it came down to. There was like cool moments in Lights Out. In general, though, the
Yeah.
mode does need some work. It is a very nothing mode overall, though.
I honestly don't think they're gonna bring it back.
Yeah, like I get what they were trying to do with it. It's just like, and then there's some killers who clearly are better in that mode than others.
Dredge.
Dredge, Doctor Legion, um, Chucky. Oh my God,
Yeah, Chucky's really good in that mode.
Statico. Oh my God.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Any killer with undetectability in their kit naturally. Pig. Pig was really good in that mode because you never had to crouch for the undetectability. You were always undetectable.
Yeah.
Um, Chucky was always undetectable. The laugh didn't go off during it, so they never knew where you were if you knew what you were doing.
And you're tiny, Victor.
And Victor, um, yeah, I don't know. And then, but Chaos Shuffle's going on right now. Apart from the bug, I hear some people not enjoying it this time around, which is odd.
Huh.
I thought it was the mode everyone wanted, but I don't know. Um, a lot of people are saying it just it doesn't feel the same as last time, and it's like, of course not. It was like it was fresh last time. And some people were hoping for like more changes to it.
No, they said they didn't want to change Chaos Shuffle.
I like I would be cool if the items and add-ons were randomized, but that would kind of f over some killers. Um, Imagine you pick Myers and you just randomly get like tuft of hair and scratch mirror at the same time.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, that would suck.
I mean, the obvious thing would be just no add-ons, no items. That would be the obvious fix to that, but yeah.
Uh I think it's fine with add-ons.
Yeah, I think I'm more like it's more items that I have a problem with, but like, and that's clearly my bias coming out. But I don't know, like a lot of the items, like brand new parts, part of like the counterplay is bringing a couple slowdown perks,
Yeah.
and you can't guarantee that. So I don't know.
No, yeah, I can see that argument, yeah.
Yeah, I also don't think map offering should be a thing in the mode. I don't think it should be a
I
thing in
don't
any
think
of
I
the
don't
modes.
even think it should be a thing in general. Like
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
I got sent to Badham and game like 7 times yesterday. I was like, bro.
I was doing Karn's. Were you part of Karn's slugging challenge?
No, I actually just found about it the other day. I was hearing. I think I saw Pixie
Yeah,
doing
Pixie was
it.
on it. Yeah, I feel like I saw your name in the list.
Really?
Yeah, I thought I did. I
Oh,
could be wrong. Um,
I didn't see anything.
I can double check real quick. Um, Everyone ignore what's on the screen right now. Yeah, you're on the list.
Was I really? Oh my god!
Yeah,
I didn't get anything.
Yeah, she's got you on her message. So yeah, if you can reach out to Karn, just ask her.
Oh my god!
Um, yeah, you're on the list for Dracula.
Wowee!
Yeah. But what was I even talking about?
It was
Oh yeah,
no items.
during that, I tracked like how many map offerings I got. I think of the 20 matches, 15 of them had map offerings.
Yeah, I didn't play much yesterday, but I got sent to like RPD, Bad M, and stuff like that a lot. Like it was pretty rough.
Oh my god, I got sent to Orman like 7 times.
I mean, I don't mind Orman, like honestly, but it's just like I don't know, like I don't mind the game either. Like it's not a terrible map for him, but it's just like when a survivor's bringing the game, 9 times out of 10 they're just gonna pre-drop an OW. So it's just like, ugh.
I play a killer who can't do anything on most of the loops on the game anymore. And Ormond is really bad for Chucky. It's just really bad. But I do have one trick up my sleeve, and that is people who bring Eerie offerings. Eerie is Chucky's best map. I will die on that fucking hill.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's his best map.
That's good. You know what's funny? I think people are gonna be like, well, "What the fuck?" when I say this, but I think Forgotten Ruins is one of Dracula's best maps.
Why? Because bat form can just go up and down.
That and it's just like if they try and take the portal, you can literally teleport to the window right next to the portal, like every portal you go to. So it's just like if they try and make it to the other portal, you could either grab them, do a standoff, or just like Hellfire. I don't know. It's just like
and most of the loops are short too. You can just Hellfire over most of them.
Exactly. Like it's just so good on him.
Yeah, and then Wolfform tracking, like you can basically know exactly where everyone is.
Yeah, and since it works upstairs and downstairs, you can see the orbs downstairs, so you could teleport down there. I don't know. I think it's such a small map too. Like
it's one of those, like I've said this before, there are some maps that are objectively, like I think Garden of Joy is like the one map that like every killer suffers on. I think the other like quote survivor side of maps, there are some killers that work very well on them. Even though I wouldn't even say Forgotten Ruins is necessarily survivor sided, I do think it is killer sided. It's just you have to not go downstairs and not.
I wonder if they're ever gonna like touch
What?
Garden of Joy again.
I think it's on the list actually.
I thought it was Badham. It was Midwich, Badham. What was the other one? Or something else?
I'm pretty sure it's
Maybe it was Garden.
Yeah, I think it's Garden of Joy again. I think Nostromo was on there too.
Really?
Yeah. I could be wrong on that one, but I'm like 99% sure that Garden of Joy was on there again. But yeah, like I feel like some killers like on quote survivor side of maps just actually do play very well on them. Like I said, I will die on the hill that Eerie Crows is Chucky's best map. I will die on that hill. He can play every single loop with his power. He doesn't want to break any of the pallets. The only thing he struggles at is the main building, but if you just avoid the top upstairs, like if someone starts going up there, just don't go up there, you're fine.
See, that's my thing. It's like I don't mind Eerie as a map. I just don't like main building.
Okay.
That is my only complaint about that map.
Let me ask you a question. What's a map where the main building you like?
I guess Forgotten Ruins.
So it's not an Eerie Crow's problem. It's a main building problem.
No, it's just like the thing with. Oh yeah, no, you're right. My bad.
Yeah, well,
no, it's just. I thought you meant like it was a.
Well, because I hear that complaint all the time for like certain, like people are like, oh, I don't like Asylum because the main building sucks. It's like, name a map.
Oh yeah, Asylum's main building, bro.
But for real though, name a map with the main building that killers like playing on.
I don't know. Like
Autohaven? Nope. People hate that one. Macmillan?
I mean, I don't mind Autohaven. The only map I don't like in that realm is Gas Heaven.
That's what I mean. Yeah, Gas Heaven. The
But other than that, like I like Wreckers. Like I feel like Rhett's shop, like that main building isn't terrible.
Just a window.
Yeah.
With a breakable wall, so like it's not that big of a deal. Dead Dogs?
Father's Campbell? Oh my god.
Dead Dogs is a touchy one to talk about. I don't mind it, but a lot of people fucking hate that one.
It's really good on Dracula, actually.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah,
especially if you do have Medusa Sarah. Let's say you do, right?
Mm-hmm.
You teleport to the window. They're working on the gen upstairs. They're like so slow, so funny.
I think like, and I mentioned this a lot on a lot of these, where I feel like the game, balance wise and like all of that, I think is perfectly fine. I think it's just maps need adjustments, and that's. I feel like once the maps are taken care of, which I know is a long process, I think the game would be in the best state it has ever been.
I mean, I see them making like maps smaller over time and times, so
Which
you
has
never
a
know.
it has a knock on effect of making stronger killers stronger than they already
Well,
are. But then that brings into the discussion of like, do we bottleneck design because of the strongest killers? And then some would say yes, some would say no. Some would say we'll nerf them. Some would say just buff the other killers, and so like the whole like M1 killer discussion, which I hate because no one can define what an M1 killer actually is.
no.
Because I know what it means. I'm sure you know what it means.
Yeah.
But what does it actually mean?
I don't know. Some people just think. I heard someone call Xeno an M1 killer. I was like, what?
Well, but the thing is, like, anytime someone gives me a definition of M1 killer is always an exception. And I think that's a problem because it's like everyone's always like, oh, we should buff M1 killers. Okay, look at it from a behaviors perspective. What is an M1 killer? It's because by most people's definitions of what an M1 killer is, Spirit is an M1 killer.
Yeah.
And she's not. We all agree she's not.
It's like calling Singularity an M1 killer.
Yeah, but technically speaking, he is an M1 killer.
I know, but like,
He's
if you're
not.
using his power to like how it's meant to be, you know?
Well, I think another good one is like Clown. Is Clown an M1 killer?
I guess.
Is he though?
I mean, he doesn't have a damage capability inside his kit,
Yeah,
so
but his kick gets him the hit.
I know what I mean. Though is his power itself doesn't damage survivors, you know?
Oh, okay. So then Deathslinger's an M1. So Deathslinger's an M1 killer.
No, his harpoon damages survivors.
Couldn't down him though.
I mean, still, like it still damages them, you know?
You see though.
That's like saying Knight's an M1 killer. His power can damage and down them, you know?
I mean, if you're using him the way the devs want him to be, he is an M1 killer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, then Singularity's an M1 killer by that logic.
Yeah, then I guess so, yeah.
This is my problem. This is my problem whenever someone's like,
My thing is, it's like part of me feels like Vecna is along those lines, but it's just like,
that guy is an M1 killer by all definitions.
uh,
Because Flight of the Damned isn't supposed to damage. It's a zoning tool.
I guess.
And then like who's another recent one? I just had it on the tip of my tongue. I was going down the list. I mean, it's just like Pyramid Head. I think is another good example. Like by all definitions, Pyramid Head is an M2 killer. However, at top like really good Pyramid Heads, barely use the M2. They zone. So it's like
I mean, I have a good friend that is like an amazing pyramid head, and he never like,
he never zones.
you know,
Okay.
huh?
He never zones.
Not that I necessarily. I mean, he just kind of runs like Deadlock and Grim as like slowdown stuff like that. But like, I see him like if a lot of people like try and juke, like he'll 360 like, like it's really scary.
I don't know. It's just like my main point with it is like everyone's always like buff the M1 killers, and it's like, well, we can't do that because none of us can even figure out what that actually means.
Yeah.
Because by most logics, the only like real M1 killers in the game are Ghostface and Myers. Technically, Trapper isn't even an M1 killer.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah. Hag, I guess, but even then you can make the argument she gets the hit from the trap. And then that brings in the clown question. It's like, I mean, technically, the power gets you the hit, so
Yeah.
it's where do we draw the line on that? And then, like I said, if it's just oh well, their primary damage source is the M1, well then spirits in M1.
Yeah, spirits in them one, yeah.
Yeah, it's such a and then some people would argue Bubba's an M1 killer.
No.
I hear that argument all the time.
No, Bubba is not an M1 killer. I mean, anything that can damage or
Directly or
like,
indirectly?
huh?
Directly or indirectly?
Either way, like if it can damage them in any sort of form of way, I do not think they're an M1 killer. Because I mean, I guess aside from like Trapper, because like Trapper, they're traps. It's not like him interacting with them.
Fair.
But yeah, other than that, like, I don't know.
I mean, if I the list of all the killers, I guarantee you I can find 2 exceptions to that right now. Is Pinhead an M1 killer?
Uh, Not necessarily. No,
Hmm.
I don't think so.
Okay.
If you walk them down, then yeah.
What about Pig?
No,
Pig's not an M1 killer?
nope, I don't think so.
So when people say buff M1 killers, you don't think they mean Pig in that equation?
Because the thing with Pig is like I like to go for dashes a lot, so since I'm using my M2 a lot, like I classify Pig as an M2.
Okay.
You know?
What about Doctor?
Yeah.
Even though most of his hits are from the shock?
But is his shocks damaging them?
Okay, fair enough.
See? Anything that can damage them, they're not M1.
What about Oni would be the weirdest anomaly in this equation.
Oni's an M2 killer.
But he's not in power all the time.
But he can still get his power to,
What about Legion?
I
I love this.
don't know. That one's kind of tricky.
I mean, technically, by all accounts, technically speaking, Legion is an M2 killer.
Yeah.
But.
He's like M2 to chain. But like if you stay injured, then like he doesn't really have a power,
What is it?
So it's like, no, I think I would classify him as an M1 killer. Because like if like he just M1s you and you just all stay injured, like why would you use his power,
Once again, Impo is the only reason I can think.
Yeah.
And then I mean you brought him up already, but Vecna is another weird one. I would classify Vecna as an M1 killer.
Yeah, I can see along those lines. I mean, since like Flight of the Damned, this is only like damage capability, I guess, but
and it's not even that reliable. Like, don't get me wrong, I've seen good Vecna players, but it's like Flight of the Damned, like I said, is mostly a zoning tool.
Yeah.
And then like Pinhead's another one that's kind of in a weird limbo of are they M1 or M2? Because the M2 doesn't damage them, but it leads to a damage state. And you're using your M2 a lot to get that value.
Yeah. No, I see.
So once again, or Spirit's another good example of that. Because her M2...
No, I see Spirit as an M1 killer.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because like you have to think about it, like if she uses Stabiful and everything like that, she benefits from Stabiful.
Right.
Like when she's in her power and stuff, so.
Fair enough. So when we say buff M1 killers, Spirit's in the equation.
Yeah, no, I guess so.
See, that's the problem I have when people say.
I mean, hey, I'm not the one saying that.
Yeah, I know, but like, it's like I get what they mean. They mean killers like Trapper and Myers and Ghostface and Clown. I get what they mean, but there's no like direct definition,
Yeah.
that fits like all the killers that it needs to fit.
No.
It's yeah, it's weird, but going back a little bit to the state of the game and off of that, um, I think once again, I think the game is in an okay state, and I really do think people oversell how bad the game is right now.
Yeah, people. I don't mean to say it this way, but like some people just over exaggerate things sometimes. You know.
I've been in a lot of gaming communities. It's always been like this.
Yeah.
Always. So moving on from state of the game, next would be Dracula's power level. Now, this is a weird one because, like we talked about earlier, there's been some debates over this one. And you don't have to necessarily give me a tier list if you don't want to, but about where do you think he would fall on a tier list if you had to say?
I would say like low A.
Low A? Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say mid A personally. I think Hellfire is just that good, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah. I guess.
I mean, it's cutting hairs at that point.
I would say mid to low.
Okay.
Because like I can guarantee you they're probably gonna nerf something with him. So that's why I'm just gonna say low A.
Well, I mean, if Vecna has a 66% win rate, I can only imagine what it is on Dracula right now.
Yeah.
Especially after the changes. Yeah, I would agree with that. Personally, I think I haven't really done a tier list in a while because I'm not the biggest fan of doing them, but I think to me right now Vecna is the dead center of the chart. Which I know some people would disagree with, but
what do you mean by dead center?
I think like if you put the killers on in a line and there was a left side and a right side, I think Vecna is right in the middle.
Oh.
He is literally the jack of all trades, master of none killer. He's an M1 killer with possibilities for an M2. He has anti-loop, he has mobility, he has information, but he doesn't do any of it super, super well. He can run any builds. He has add-ons that are good, add-ons that are bad. He is literally the dead center to me.
Interesting.
Because I think for a while there it was Demogorgon who was the dead center.
Yeah.
I think that has changed over time. Been seeing a lot of demo hate recently, which is funny.
I mean, I'll be honest, I have a P100 demo, and I understand the hate towards him. He is the best M2 faking killer in the game.
It's one of those things because like I'm doing that poll, the poll series on Twitter right now for like every killer on how fun they are to play against and stuff. I'm gonna do I did a question for skill expression on every killer. I'm doing one now for how fun they are to play against, and I'm gonna do one for how fun they are to play as. And I'm genuinely curious how the numbers line up. Because I'm noticing something with a lot of the killers I'm asking like how fun they are to play against is a lot of people are like, oh well yeah, but only if they play this way.
Yeah.
I think Demogorgon is falling into that zone of people don't like going against Demogorgon because of people who play zone Demogorgon. Which is unfortunate, but like you get punished pretty heavily for missing, so I kind of understand why the people do it. A similar boat I feel to Deathslinger. Why go for the shot when you can just zone and get a hit?
Yeah, you can just zone and get the hit, yeah.
Huntress is the one exception for some fucking reason. Yeah, Huntress loading is fine, but you hate it on.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I despise Huntress.
Oh, so do I. Don't worry. I'm a Huntress hater.
Yeah.
Huntress like avoids all criticisms that like every other killer has. I swear. I don't know why. I will never know why.
I just can't stand her. I don't know. I see her and I'm just like,
Like so many people are like, "Oh, we hate killers that can like double tap with like barely any cooldown." What about Huntress? She could literally do that.
yeah.
We hate killers with no counterplay that can hit us from across the map. What about Huntress? I don't know. Ugh. We hate killers with bad hitboxes. What about? Anyways, she like
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
she just falls into like every category of like everything people hate about killers, and she never gets hate for it. I don't understand. I never will.
I think they should just revert her changes she got. That's
Oh,
just me though.
no, I agree. I could live with the 7 hatchets and the rest of it goes.
Yeah.
I would be perfectly okay with it. I think the wind up time was too much.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
Well, because like right now I'll play against Huntresses a lot of the times, and they'll do the zoning thing and throw hatchets. But a lot of times I feel like I want to chase, and they were able to wind up during my vaulting animation.
Exactly, yeah.
And it just doesn't feel fair in my opinion. And I know that that's rich coming from a Chucky player. I think Chucky should be changed too. Don't get me wrong. I have a whole list of changes. I advocate for them all the time.
I was honestly surprised they removed the scamper
Really?
from the windows.
Oh, from Windows. Oh yeah, from Windows I am, but just make it silent. I don't even care about the speed. Just make it silent. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all
when they had removed that, I was like, because I understood the palette one, but when they removed the window, I was like, what?
Like honestly, like I said, if they want to keep it slower, like the normal vault speed or the slower vault speed, that's perfectly fine. That makes sense. If you're in power though, it shouldn't make a noise. That's it. That's my only change to that one.
Yeah.
I think it would be perfectly fine and lead to more mind games Chucky can do. And less of him just slice and dicing to get a guarantee hit all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just a me thing. I know some people don't like the silent vaults. I've heard some people say it's very, very annoying.
I mean, I can understand from that side.
The thing is, every other killer has a silent vault.
Yeah, but they're also not the size of like a raisin, so.
It would only be in power though. I don't know.
Yeah, but his power is pretty like a short cooldown, you know?
Yeah, but he has a directional laugh. You still know if you're listening.
Yeah, but then like what if you're playing like on a TV or something, you know? And you don't have a headset.
I mean that leads into a question of accessibility and like if
Exactly, like
audio should be a counterplay measure at ever. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have the authority to speak on it, but I don't know. It's like Rainbow Six Siege is an example I bring up all the time. It's like that game is like 95% audio.
Yeah.
There is no way for them to add accessibility features for hard of hearing people, unfortunately. There would be ways to help mitigate it for sure, but no way to replicate it without it being too good for people who can have decent hearing. I don't know. It's a weird rabbit hole of a topic. Next, would you consider yourself? Have you made a Drac guide or anything yet?
Not a guide, no, but I've been posting Dracula YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Do you have any tips for newer Dracula players?
What I like to do with Hellfire is, like, for example, like, a lot of people like to dodge, right? Like, when you're in Hellfire. What most people do is they dodge and go back to the first position that they're originally at. So fake it like you're about to, like, you know, let's say move it like if they were to dodge, and then, like, shoot it back to where they were originally. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to go back to where they were originally, you know? And you'll most likely get that hit. Don't I would say like if you're not comfortable with bad form, don't stay in bad form. Like if you don't know they're at, because a lot of people like they see you get in bad form, like they'll just start walking, you know. And if you don't have like a good headset and you're not like familiar with spirit, then you're obviously just gonna struggle. So I would say if you're newer, I would primarily say use wolf over bat if you're trying to like get information, but for mobility, still use bat, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is probably the one that people want to hear the most. Give me tips for playing against Dracula.
I'm gonna hate this because I know it's probably gonna get it against me. Holding W. Oh man, holding W is the moment you see him put up that Hellfire, you just need to like hold W, because there are times that where like, for example, I'm in Shack or like I'm holding a Hellfire at like a pallet or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
People start holding W, and since he's not like Pyramid Head where like he has that like double range or like whatever and stuff like that, like he sometimes is not able to get that hit, you know? Like if you just hold W and like strafe out from the loop. So yeah, I think holding W is his biggest counterplay.
Which is unfortunate, but I mean,
yeah, it sucks, but that's just his best counterplay, you know.
I mean, unfortunately, it's the best counterplay for like half the roster.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than Chucky's counterplay.
Yeah.
What's Chucky's counterplay? Stop moving.
I mean, he is 110, so
yeah. I tell people this all the time. Stop moving. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how often it works. But no, I mean, it is unfortunate. Also, I would say, ironically, I think Dracula is a weird killer where you don't want to drop pallets all the time. I don't mean just pre-dropping. I just mean in general, you need to think more about which pallets you're dropping. Because I think he can play most loops, and the pallet gives him an animation and a location.
Yeah.
It gives what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a springboard, but it gives him a it's a phrase for like mapping things.
Yeah, also if you see him in bad form, like just hold W as well, because like most of the time some people just like primarily use Medusa's hair, so it's like you know.
And I would say if you hear Dracula in bat form, it is global, isn't it? The sound.
It's like a lullaby.
Yeah, I would. My thing with bat form that I notice a lot of people. Some people do this and some people don't. Don't pre-run, pre-walk.
Yeah, pre-walk. Yeah.
it's just funny that killer has counterplay like that now. Yeah, pre-walk. He will have. If you're healthy, there's literally no way for him to know, unless you happen to be on a bunch of grass.
I mean, you can hear breathing in bad form, but it's very quiet.
Yeah. Well, on top of that, you're also hearing the the whole time. So, which I don't know if that was intentionally done that way to make it so you can't hear people easy, but
you can hear it, but it's very, very silent. It's not like Spirit.
Yeah.
And with bad form, like or like footstep audio is like 50% louder. So yeah.
That's actually interesting. I'm also curious about the audio layering of the bats, because once I bring up Chucky a lot because I play the guy, but Chucky's laugh when he's undetectable, for some reason the way the audio layering works, if a generator is 60% done, they won't hear the laugh.
Huh.
I'm curious if there's anything similar with bat form.
Not that I know of.
Wonder if
I have not seen anything of that.
Dark Devotion and I mentioned a tweet about this. Dark Devotion Unforeseen. I'd be curious if the terror radius overtakes the bat form audio.
No, I think it works as off like the killer's location since he's undetectable.
What do you mean?
Because since Dracula is undetectable in bat form, there's no way for him to give a terror radius to someone, you know? So it's like...
Well, no, you give it beforehand.
I know. But I'm just saying, like... I don't know. I don't think it would work that way.
Well, no, I'm just saying because like the terror radius, they'd hear the sound, right? Not the heartbeat or anything, but like the actual audio would be so loud they wouldn't hear the bat.
Oh yeah, no, I guess you're right then. Yeah.
Yeah, and they wouldn't get the lullaby symbol either because the heartbeat would be
No, yeah. I thought you meant like they would hear like the bat lullaby. I was like, ah.
No, I was just curious if the terror radius would over be louder than the bat.
Yeah. No, I don't. I'm probably honestly.
Yeah, that'd be something to test. That'd be pretty interesting. Actually, Dark Devotion might not be bad on Dracula. Who knows? Um, but yeah, pretty much just hold W pre-walk, and I mean, is there any counterplay for Wolf you would like to give? Because I can't dodge.
Zigzag.
Yeah, just, don't
Zigzagging helps a lot.
Yeah, zigzag. Don't zag zig. Zag zig never works. Uh,
Yeah, most people will panic with their second pounce, and they'll be like, "Oh shit."
It is very fast. I know you said you wanted to sped up. I just wish you just had more control over when it came out.
Well, not. I don't want to like sped up. It's like the in between pounces. Like I feel like that delay. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I mean. Like I wish there was like you had more control over it because when I'm playing it, sometimes I feel like it happens too fast.
Oh, I see.
Because like I'm trying.
Yeah, no, I like. I mean, I like Blight. So.
Yeah, because like sometimes I'll do it and like I'll miss the second pounce because I was panicking. I was panicking like I didn't have enough time to line up the second shot.
Yeah.
But I wish there was more control over it from both sides, or from both ends of that. But who knows? So now we get into the fun thing. I typed lore because I definitely didn't copy and paste and realize I did lore and adaptation. Because Dracula's a licensed killer, so lore wise, yeah, they got nothing. Unless I'm missing something. But adaptation wise is the more interesting thing with licensed killers, I feel. And would you say that Dracula was adapted well?
Yeah. No, I mean, I already knew they were never gonna possibly use a chance to the Netflix version. Like, there was just no way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Netflix version is based off Castlevania 3, but like, there was just no way. Like, I was thinking in my head, like, especially after what happened with Stranger Things, like, I don't think they were going to. But yeah, no, when I saw this, like, oh, I was impressed. I was like, wow.
I think the one criticism I have, I feel like, and this is gonna sound really strange, I feel like there's not enough voice lines.
He actually has the most voice lines in the game, no?
Guys, I thought Chucky did.
No, he does.
Really? It doesn't seem like it.
He has because he has a lot with Trevor. He has a lot for like the actual survivors. He has a lot for Alucard. He has probably more for like, I don't know, when the other characters come out, you know?
Like in game? Or is it just in the lobby?
I'm just talking about like all his voice lines in general, because like,
because I was talking about in game. In game, it doesn't seem like he has that many.
no, he does in game, yeah. I mean, there's like the hook ones. Oh, my cat. There's like the hook ones. There's the hook ones. There's like the end game one when he opens the gates. There's ones for like hooking Alucard. There's ones for like, you know, hooking Trevor. Like, there is a lot, yeah.
Maybe I don't know why it doesn't. To me, it just doesn't seem like he has enough. I don't know. But,
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case. That's the case. I'll happily be wrong, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just don't meet the conditions a lot. Also, this is a side note, and I only want to talk about it because I saw it on the hook there. The wall chicken thing. But yes, just yes, just
Yes.
I haven't even played, or I barely played Castlevania, and when that shit happened on stream, I fucking lost my mind.
I was like, oh my god.
It's so cool. It's such a little thing they didn't have to do. The chase music is so good. They managed to like nail the retro theme while keeping it modern. It was chef's kiss.
It was funny because like Silent Hill has that same thing, except you just put in the numbers or like the keys or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So then like, and they're both Konami. So
Yeah. um, but like even like the aesthetic and the power. I know some people are disappointed he doesn't have like his demon form. But
gotta wait for that.
not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't think they were gonna do that for the power.
Oh no, for the power, no, they were
Yeah.
not gonna do that.
Yeah.
There was no way.
A lot of people were very disappointed it wasn't part of the power. Not a lot, but a very
No, I feel like if they were to do that, they would make that too strong. Like
Yeah.
you have to think about it, like his true form, like he would need like the mark of negation if they had that.
Yeah, and then like I know I kind of crapped on not enough voice lines, but the voice actor, for those who don't know, is one of my favorite fun facts about Dead by Daylight, is Winston. Winton.
Yeah, no, he voices Winston. When I found that out, I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah, Winton. So Winton is in the game now. Which is great. I'm glad they're getting more bigger name voice actors.
Yeah, bro. When I found out Matt Mercer voices Vecna, I lost my shit, bro.
I've had my problems with Matt Mercer in the past, and mostly because I feel like Matt, I love you. I do. There are other voice actors, people.
I don't know. It's just like
I criticize the voice acting industry all the time.
I think I just love the raspiness in his voice. So
yeah. Once again, don't get me wrong. Like I've had the same criticisms for Nolan North and was it Troy Baker? Yeah, Troy Baker. I've had the same criticisms for them because there's like I've noticed it's video games. It's always video games. There's like 4 voice actors, and that's it. Like there's other voice actors, but like there's like just 4. It seems all the time.
yeah.
Kudos to Overwatch for actually getting like more than just like 2 people to voice everybody. But yeah, massive credit to the voice. I don't know his name. What's their name? Do you know?
Wait, who?
The guy,
For the one that voices Winston?
yeah.
Uh
I just know the voice Winston. That's it. I know what he looks like. I just it's but very 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 good job.
Crispin Freeman.
Crispin Freeman, very good job.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean they got Brad Dourif for Chucky because obviously they did. The original voice actor for Pinhead, the original voice.
Originally it wasn't, and then he was like, "Yo."
Yo, what the fuck? I want some money. I need a new home.
And they're like, "Oh, okay."
And then they did NFTs, and then everyone got mad. Anyways,
Yeah.
but like even like the power, like the Hellfire, the Wolf and Bat, like some could argue is a bit random, quote unquote. But I mean, he does it in game. It's just like
I mean, Dracula is known to be a shapeshifter, so like, I don't know why people were upset about that.
I don't think people were necessarily upset. It just seems random, even though it's not. I think it was I don't know. From the discourse, is what it sounded like people's problem was. And then Hellfire. I mean, that's literally one of his moves.
Yeah. Like even in Smash, he has like a Hellfire type of it.
Yeah.
It was like a fireball.
Mm-hmm. And then like his walking or his quote walking animation in quote. I love that he just floats. It's great. I think he's the only killer other than what Sadako. Because Sadako just floats too. She doesn't actually walk.
Yeah.
The wolf form like vaulting animation is so good. It looks
it's like demo.
It looks so bad unless you're running vault speed, but when you do run vault speed, it looks smooth as fuck. The bats coming off the sides for bat form just looks great. The sound effects are all perfect, except for maybe the ready sound effect for Hellfire, but otherwise. I do wish. Does he have a sound effect when he lands a Hellfire? I don't remember offhand.
Yeah, it's like it makes like a crisp sound. It's like something.
I kind of wish it was louder.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of my biggest praises for Unknown was the the hit sound effect. It feels so satisfying to land a hit with unknown because of it. Same with Pyramid Head. Yeah, I kind of wish it was a little louder. Also, we didn't really talk about this in the changes, and this just made me think of it, was hitting people off hook. I don't know how they could fix it. Because Pyramid has the same problem.
I'm probably gonna get some shit for this, but I don't think any power should work at hook.
At hook?
Yeah, I don't think any killer power should work at hook. Whether it's Hag, Trapper, anyone, I don't think any power should work at hook. Yeah.
What if you have
now I know.
What if you have a charge when you're walking to the hook?
Then it disables it. Like, it gets you out your power.
Okay. What about Hunter?
I just think that it is very, very, like... Because you have to think about it, like, the entity is, like, quote-unquote, punishing you. Like, if you're camping, so anti-camp, like, it's punishing you for, like, camping the hook. So it's like, why are you not getting punished for, like, that?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I do agree with you to an extent. The problem, there's a couple killers that would make it an issue, though, and that would be Huntress and Trickster.
Well, make it like
that would be
it's like no collision to the point. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, it's one of the, like, I do agree. Also, no collision, but like it also has its problems. Yeah, it's a weird thing. I don't know. There's no perfect solution, unfortunately. I mean, there could be a buffer, I guess, when you get unhooked. So, like, you can at least, like, not be right next to each other. Maybe, but that might feel clunky and not satisfying sometimes. I don't know. That's a question for the devs to answer, not me.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Because, like I said, like, Huntress, even Artist to an extent would kind of... Because you could, like, slingshot. Like, you could set a slingshot up from across the map.
Yeah, no, I guess you're right.
And, yeah, it's just... And then...
I don't know. I really don't know.
And then, like, what would the range be? Because if it's just 16 meters, I mean, Becky can slice and dice up to 20, so... And then, like, Pyramid Head with double range, isn't... No, it's... How long... What is Pyramid Head's range? I don't even know.
I don't know his exact range, but I know his add-ons is like... Gives him a lot more.
Yeah, I think it's 10 meters base and then 12 with the add-ons. I think it's 1.5 and then 0.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 12 meters. So yeah, the Pyramid Heads, I guess, would stop. And then Nemesis and Wesker. I mean, that's a whole other... Like, I've always said that when you come off the hook, I think Wesker's infection should go away completely. I don't know why they made it 1%.
I mean, I see why, to have him, like, to have, like, some sort of, like... Oh, okay, I can go do gens now, type thing.
I guess it's just like... I don't know, it just seems like it could just...
Because then that would be just like Singularity.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Singularity has the problem of he's kind of punished for hooking. Because that's the other thing. If you do that, wouldn't slugging become more common than it already is?
I mean, it's already very common, so it happens either way, so...
Not according to behavior, it's not.
Yeah.
We find that survivors often aren't left on the floor. I'm sorry, what? Sure. Okay.
Yeah, no, I have no idea about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I do know about it, but...
Yeah. We're going into a slugging meta, I swear. I mean, we're already kind of there, but, like, I think it's going to become more of a problem soon. And I don't know if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing for the game.
Yeah.
Because, like, I actually kind of think... Because I did the slugging thing for Karn, and I actually kind of preferred the slugging matches because they were very feast or famine.
I mean, the way that the game is that it is, like, incentivizing slugging more.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I think the solution, because I've heard a lot of people, like, want, like, base kit stuff changes to, like, slugging to, like, make it more counterable. Honestly, I think the easiest solution, or not the easiest, but I think a better solution, is just give people something to do when they're on the ground. I don't know what it could be, but something, just so you're not like just sitting there waiting. I think that's the bigger problem with slugging, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Uh, Same problem with like being camped. Just, you're just kind of waiting the whole time. Uh, but yeah,
I don't know.
by the way, they started off on Dracula's adaptation.
No, you're fine. I mean, like, slugging's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah. Uh, and I guess while we're talking about Dracula's adaptation, we could talk about Trevor. I mean, we did a little bit earlier with the perks, and I think because that's the easiest way to do it. But I mean, even this the model for the characters, both of them are just immaculate. Kudos to the art team; they did such a good job.
Yeah.
Like it's almost one for one. The hair is like perfect. I know that's a weird thing to focus on, but it's yeah, just very good job on that. And the skin design team, I mean, we've already seen the tome skins. Just it looks so good.
I can't wait to see them like in game.
Yeah, are they they're not like legendaries, right? They don't change the powers at all, like wolf form.
Well,
Do we know?
can I say something?
Fair.
Okay. Apparently Dracula's Rift skin, it's gonna have a deep Rift variant, so it's gonna have like
Blue.
the recolor as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's apparently going to be a visceral skin, so
Oh,
it's gonna have its own Mori.
And it launches with the new Mori system too.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's
Yeah, I cannot wait for that.
I don't know if his skins can change wolf form.
No, I mean those are powers itself, so I don't think that would change it.
But wolf form and bat form are different. They're not necessarily.
Yeah, but it's still technically his power. It's not his base form, you know.
I don't know. I'd be interested to see if there's a clarification on that because Victor is technically a form switch, but not really as far as the code is concerned. But Dracula actually changes.
Yeah, but like as you load into like the game itself, like vampire form is his base form, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't think they'd be able to change that.
I'd be very curious to know the coding behind Dracula. I'm curious if the I would assume with all the mess ups we've seen, I would assume that you actually do change forms. But part of me also would kind of smile if Dracula's like just under the map T posing when you turn into wolf form. part of me thinks that's what they did. I don't know. I just that image is just hilarious to me.
I mean, you never know.
With the shortcuts this game takes, I would not put it past them.
I never know.
Also, Dracula, my dream killer for this game was a pyro killer, and Dracula is apparently that pyro killer. People keep telling me, which is kind of disappointing, but you know, whatever.
What?
I want like an actual like pyromaniac killer. I don't know.
I mean, we'll probably eventually get one that's like more fire based, you know.
It's like the only like one of the few archetypes we don't have.
Yeah, I want an ice killer.
Ice?
Yeah.
I mean, we could get a DC killer for Mr. Freeze.
Like imagine like you just slow down loops. They walk on like the ice stuff, they get hindered or something. I don't know.
Wouldn't that just be clown?
I mean, I'm not saying like I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like, you know.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, that's one of the. I mean, fucking Dracula's already criticized
because clown is an AOE, so.
Yeah. Dracula's already criticized for being like 4 different killers in one, anyways. So.
No.
He's Vecna, Pyramid Head, Spirit, and Wesker, and Chucky. 5 different killers in one, which I swear people don't play other games. It's a very common thing at this point in a game's life cycle when we have like 38 killers. Some of them are gonna feel kind of similar. It's just inevitable.
I never really liked that standpoint where it's like, oh, this is just this killer, and it's just like, no, it's not.
It depends on how reductive you want to be.
Because yeah, you may see it that way, but it's just like they're
I
not like that.
I did a whole video where I went down the list of all the killers, and the most unique killer in the game is Myers.
No, I don't know. It's just like there's people saying that like, oh, Xeno is just Nemesis, but you don't have to injure or you don't have to contaminate them, and it's just like, well, no, because they work differently, you know?
Yeah, turrets on top of the tunnels, and then on top of the way you control the tail versus the whip. Like
Exactly, and it's just like, okay, well, people are saying that Dracula's is like pyramid. It's like, well, no, he's not because
can't go through walls.
it can't go through walls. It climbs upstairs. You know, like they work differently. They're not the same thing, you know? So I never really liked that standpoint when people are saying, oh, well, this is Dredge. Oh, this is this. This is like, no, it's not.
It's once again for a lot of people, I always say it just really depends on how reductive you want to be. Like, you could argue every killer is just another killer in this game. With extra steps or less steps, you can realistically do that. Chucky's just Blight without the bouncing. People make that argument all the time, but he's not. There's differences between the both of them. Artist is just Huntress, but you had to hit people twice. Like, I've heard that argument before. Like, even like Pig. Pig is just Myers with head traps. I've heard that argument before. It's a weird thing. Like if you go down that rabbit hole, it's just like no killer is actually unique when you really think about it. But they are. They all play differently enough, I feel. Like there's not very many killers in this game where I would be like, this killer plays exactly like this other one, but they're better. Like, I mean, Vecna is technically just a mishmash of, and I feel like that was designed on purpose that way. Once again, he's a utility killer. Like, he's an
I don't know. It's like I never really liked that standpoint. I've always, I don't know.
I get you. I get you. We talked about maps a little bit earlier. Do you have and I think you already said it, but do you have a favorite map on Dracula?
Yeah, it's Forgotten Ruins. If not, it's Midwich. But Midwich is just pretty. Yeah, it's good on any killer.
Even the new Midwich.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Midwich. It's a personal thing. I understand why it's a good map. I just fucking hate it.
I mean, it's good for Dracula because you can just teleport to any side of the map, like whenever you want. It's better than Nurse, honestly.
I Midwich is just boring to me. I think it's my problem with it. It's like either they stay at the loop and die, or they go into the hallway and eventually die.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not the biggest fan of Midwich. And then hated, other than the obvious ones like Garden of Joy, is there any like map you absolutely despise seeing?
Ooh.
Does it rhyme with bad? Does it rhyme with bad ham?
I mean, it's like,
I mean, because he can play bad ham decently well, I would assume.
he can play bad ham, yeah.
I mean, is there a map?
I don't think I have a map that I don't like on him.
Yeah, is there really realistically any map he like struggles on?
Not necessarily.
Because he can play most loops. He has map mobility built in, so like the bigger maps really don't hurt him that much.
I guess like Gideon?
Because
if you pre-drop and then hold W, like as he's holding Hellfire, then it's just like, okay, well let me wolf form, and if they pre-drop, then you pounce into the pallet, then you have a 20-second cooldown. Have to get the orbs, and then there's not really that much windows to teleport to. So if they're not dropping pallets, you can't teleport to much windows nearby.
Yeah, and I mean you could bat form over the pallets, but like if they're smart, they're just gonna vault back over anyways.
Yeah. So it's like,
yeah, I guess.
But if you play it correctly, like obviously you wouldn't have to deal with that. But I'm just saying, like that's that's probably like the one I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I could see it. As much as Gideon's is technically killer sided, when it's, Okay, Gideon's is killer setted by definition, by the stats. Like all the stats show that it is. Doesn't mean I don't like playing on it. fucking hate that map. But yeah, I can see him struggling on that. Speaking of, we didn't really talk about this in perks or the builds or anything. I've been running Hubris Enduring on him recently. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I haven't tried it. I mean, I've been running Dissolution.
Mm-hmm.
I tried Spirit Fury Enduring. It actually works with bat form pretty well. So, like, once you get stunned, you just like immediately shapeshift, and then honestly, yeah, I guess that would work out.
Yeah, he's like I think because Spirit uses Hubris Enduring decently well. The basic idea is just get stunned, bat form over, and then hit.
Oh, I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah,
And if you have a Traveler's Hat, that could be really good.
yeah, and if they're running away, just wolf form and then pounce to get closer and then hit. It works surprisingly well. It's really funny. And
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way actually.
And survivors get very scared once they realize you have it, and you're not running Spirit Fury. Survivors get very scared about dropping pallets. It's really funny. They don't even pre-drop. Like they just get scared of dropping them at all. Yeah, it's like a old hubris on Chucky when Scamper was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting combo. I might do a video on it one day. I don't know.
Seems like it'd be really good.
Yeah, I don't think it would be like super S tier, but I think he's one of the few killers that can synergize with Hubris, Clown and Spirit being the other two.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who don't know about Clown, Enduring Hubris, throw a yellow bottle at the pallet, get stunned, kick it, throw a purple bottle at them, you'll catch up if they're running in a straight line in 4.5 seconds. Ever want to do math, just go to a Clown main server. You will learn all the math of this video game. People are fucking insane. Stats. Where are you on the leaderboard, if you want to say? For help?
I think right now I have like 1900.
Where's that place you like? Are you in top 10?
I think like 11.
Top 10?
I was, but then I had to come to my mom's for a bit, so I haven't been playing as much.
I got the wrong person. I've been bamboozled. I mean, you'll get up there. I think the
No, I mean like I'm getting my. I mean I was like I think 25 like a couple of days ago, and now I'm 11. So
yeah, I think the hype for Dracula is dying down a bit.
Yeah, once the hype goes down for him, like I'll get back up there. I'm just like I've just been busy these past couple like, and plus I've been on Survivor, so it's just like I haven't been able to like really get my Hellfire hits in. But
yeah, that's.
I mean, I got like 1,000 in the past week. So
jeez, I don't think I even played nearly enough to get that in a week.
yeah, so
do you go out of your way to get them, or I think
yeah, there are times I just like bring Hellfire add-ons, and then I just you know.
Fair enough. I think with that we'll get into the viewer questions. I definitely do this every time and remember to have them prepped. Yep, I definitely remember. Every single time. I try to find my Twitter. You know. Okay, so I love my Twitter one because I didn't say who I was bringing on, but I think Twitter figured it out.
Yeah.
First question from LSD O'Neill. Why are you the GOAT?
Are you the GOAT? You know, I don't quite know, honestly. I'm kidding.
Their real question is, how did you learn Blender? I know it's
really?
It's not a Dracula question, but you know, why not?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I learned it like a long time ago. I was like just one day. I'm gonna be honest. I thought every content creator does their thumbnail, so I was like, okay, well, let me like learn it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they changed to UE5, like, oh my goodness, it changed it where you had to do Blender, and now it's like F model instead of U model. So I had to relearn that. But it's honestly not that hard, and yeah, you could just use like in-game animations to like pose them and then like remove the animation. So it's honestly not hard as a lot of people think it is. So
As someone who never wants to learn it, everyone who does learn it and gives me stuff for my thumbnails, y'all are the real heroes.
no, I'm being honest with you. Like it can be a little frustrating, like the first couple of times, but like after that, like it is literally a cakewalk.
I just don't have the time. That's all. It's
No, that's understandable.
yeah.
I think someone posted a video where it's like 7 minutes or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Plus, I'm a weirdo with this. I just don't trust Blender. I don't know why. I really
Yeah.
don't know why. I just don't trust Blender being on my computer. Um, I feel for some reason like stuff like this, software like that for some reason always just. I feel like something's gonna go wrong and it's gonna mess my entire PC up for some reason.
No, yeah, it like when you're rendering it, it can take a lot on your PC. So
Um, but to everyone else who actually does use it and helps me with stuff, y'all are the real heroes. I swear. The person who helped me with my 1,000 degree knife thumbnail, fucking amazing. Uh,
yeah.
uh, oh, here's one, and I think this one got asked by a lot of people. From Zarzar. Do you think Wolf Hug Tech should come back?
Uh I'm gonna be honest with you. I never did Hug Tech, so like I never had the need to. So like I mean to bring the fun aspect in him, yeah, bring it back. But then that would mean like you would also have to bring Blights back. I don't know. It's just like
I think
I feel like there's I don't know.
I think it's a weird thing, and you know I've criticized text in this game a lot because I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. I feel like a lot of these texts are only impressive to people because they are unintended.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's no hate to anyone who does them. It's just it seems like a lot of the reason people enjoy them so much is the allure of them being unintended.
like I honestly feel like they're gonna remove Wesker at one point.
I do too.
Yeah.
And Onis. I think they're going to get rid of Oni 180s soon.
Yep.
Um, I think Oni's the one exception I have to it on my stance. Weskers, I do think they should get rid of. I'm gonna hate it when they do, but by their logic,
What? No, I think Wesker's is fine though.
well, so do I. So do I. I think it's perfectly fine, but by their logic, I just don't like that Wesker's the exception. That's all.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, it's like I don't want it to go away, but it's like if Blight can't have his, if Dracula can't have his, if Trucky can't have his, why does Wesker get to keep his?
Yeah, but then that creates an us versus them thing.
I suppose. I don't know. My other problem with it has always been like, and again, I'm friends with many Wesker mains, so
Yeah.
let me preface this. I have no problem with people doing it or enjoying the character because of it. But you know, a lot of Wesker players have said if they get rid of the text, they're gonna stop playing Wesker. And that I don't know. Maybe it's just me thing, but like I feel like if you're only enjoying the character because of
No, because I remember in the PTB, that one PTB when they removed Eurobending,
Mhm.
that felt awful. Like,
Which is probably why they haven't gotten rid of it.
I don't know if you tried it when that was a thing, but when they got rid of Eurobending for like that PTB, he just felt like he just felt so terrible, bro.
Oh, fair enough. I don't.
It's like I was like stuck on glue. That's how it felt like. Like you even felt it in your camera, like your mouse, like you just felt it.
Okay. It's just I don't know. It's just one of those like I think my point with it is like I feel like if you're only enjoying the character because of the unintentional text, I say that as if unintentional tech is technically not whatever. Anyways, I don't know. Like, I feel like if you're only enjoying them because of that, I think, I don't know. It just seems like a problem to me.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Like, if you enjoy them and enjoy the techs, okay, fine, whatever. But if you're only playing them because of the techs, I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, and then there's the whole argument of tech versus exploit, and technically they're the same thing. It just depends on sentiment, and then yeah. Can of worms on that one. I fucking and I am not nearly qualified enough to talk about it. um, from a Discord,
Oh.
Dopin, do you think Dracula from the Netflix show would be a better implementation?
Uh, I'll be honest, that's the one I wanted originally, but again, I don't think they'd be able to do that.
Is there any
Well,
other?
they probably could. They probably could. It's just like what happened with Stranger Things. I don't think they would wanna like
Well,
attempt that again.
who owns it? Is it still Konami?
It's Netflix. I mean, Konami made the characters, but that's Netflix's adaptations of the characters.
I see.
Like those are their designs.
But yeah, licensing with that shit is weird. I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Is there any other different version or any other Castlevania game versions of Dracula you want?
I mean, I guess like. Oh, he's already coming. Summer Cruz is like a reincarnation of Dracula, like after he's gone at one point. So I mean, we're already getting him. So I'd be interested to see like a blighted Dracula at some point.
Yeah, I would love to see more unique skin. No, not unique, but original skins on him as well. I feel like he has a lot of.
I mean, Ace Tree got like a skin and like from Fire Moon, and she's licensed. So
yeah,
I wonder if they'd be able to do that with him.
That one's a little different though because Ace Tree's not technically a D&D. It's the same thing with Vecna. Like technically speaking, they can do whatever they want with Vecna. Because I think it's a similar situation to like the Ghostface thing where because the character is kind of malleable because of the license they got. I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll see more in the future with that.
I'm surprised we didn't get a D&D like that. So like, I think D&D was like having that one Vecna skin as like promotional art. I'm surprised we didn't get that skin.
Yeah, that and a lot of people want human Vecna.
Yeah.
I
don't think we'll ever get that though.
But well, yeah, probably not. But we'll see how things go in the future. I am kind of disappointed. As much as I love that we're getting the Castlevania tome, I am disappointed we didn't get a D&D one.
I'm kind of glad we didn't.
What? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like if I had to choose one, I'm a little biased. It's just like I don't know.
I feel like there's a lot of
like we got a lot of charms, we got a lot of like badges.
There's a lot of skins too. There's a whole collection for D&D. It's just I don't know. I feel like I would have liked.
So it's like we theoretically got a tome.
Mm-hmm.
We also didn't,
Yeah. I'm curious if they're gonna do lore wise with the tome for Drac. They're gonna add anything.
That's right. There's gonna be like cutscenes and everything. Oh my god.
Next question from Leon writes, what is a man?
But a miserable little pile of secrets.
Next question.
Actually, I have that as a sound redeem on my stream.
Oh my god! Wait, you don't?
I do.
Oh, okay. What is a man? Next question from Mithril. Is Wolfform as bad as people think it is?
I've actually been using it a lot more recently. I don't think it is. A lot of people. I feel like if you just pick up if you actually pick up Wolfform and get better with it, it's not bad as a lot of people say it is.
Once again, like I said before, I feel like the tracking alone, but the third person camera, the LOS hiding you can do with it, the catch up potential it has, especially on places without a vault location. Um, and yeah, just the random hits you can get. I've been seeing more clips recently of people getting wolf hits that are actually really impressive.
Yeah.
I think that's just another one. I think now that the shock is gone a little bit, shock quote unquote, after the buffs, I think people are going to start using wolf form more. It's pretty good when you don't have someone yelling in your ear telling you it's bad. Next question from Theo. Woof with a question mark.
Wait, what?
That's the question. It's just woof with a question mark.
Oh no, it's ow. That's what it is.
Ow.
Uh,
Oh my god. I remember when the hug text got removed, a friend of mine, Ghost Anonymous, was just like, they took away our awoos.
They did.
Okay. From Yoshi Howl, how did you save up BP so quickly for P100?
I mean, I was playing a lot of my PlayStation back then, and I just forgot to like spend.
Mm-hmm.
So that just kind of like benefited for me for right now.
Okay.
And then there was like the codes and everything like that, so I was like, okay, let me just like do this. Yes.
This is actually added on to that. Did you save any tome challenges or dailies or BP codes or anything like that?
It was just a Bloodpoint codes
Okay.
mainly. Yeah.
They add, I need the secret so I can do the same for the FNAF chapter.
Yeah, I think this is that person on Twitter, right? I promise you, bro. If I was struggling with 37 million, I can only imagine how it's gonna be if you spend that much. Like, I wish you the best of luck.
It. I still can't believe you did it in like less than 2
It is dreadful.
Last one will be the YouTubes. If my sidebar would come up. Fun fact, YouTube Studio on the phone doesn't let you see your community posts. Don't ask me why.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, you can see the replies, but you can't see the post itself. It's very strange. Comment. There's actually quite a few. This, that, this, that. Okay. First one from Noob King 3000. Do you think Alucard's shield should have been a perk instead of an add-on?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
They add because of just how unique it is. It feels I guess it just feels kind of odd that it's an add-on, but I don't know. Like we have Blood Warden.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we have Blood Warden. Like it.
Like, imagine that with like Black Box Ready.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Or
no, I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Banner of Command Knight.
Yeah,
Or
no.
Iridescent Banner. Or just Death Slinger or Pinhead in general. That'd be kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I don't think that'd be a good idea.
This is a weirder question, and I apologize to Scuttleflip, but how does Vampire Form Hellfire work exactly? And I think what they're asking is, because they don't elaborate, how do you know it can go through / over things?
So, okay. I kind of treat it like Slinger in a sense. I don't know if this is true, by the way, but from what I've noticed, I may be wrong. Don't quote me on this. I don't want to be like, hey, you're wrong. I feel like whatever a crow can't stand on top of is what you can hit over.
That is oddly specific. And
I know, it's so weird. Like, I've just been noticing that. Like, anytime like I hit over stuff, it's like crows never land on top of here. Like, is this like the only way? But like,
RPG death.
also, I have a dead dog clip of like me hitting through Shack, like through the little crack at the bottom. So
it's also like the elevation is also weird because like I had that one clip blow up on PTB where Garden of Joy, you know, the God window in Garden of Joy.
yeah,
Yeah, you can hit from the outside. It goes up for some reason.
oh wow.
I don't know why. Like, there's no reason for it to, but it does.
Yeah.
Um, the way it was explained to me is like if the survivor's head is like covered, it doesn't go over it.
Yeah.
But I don't fully know. There's probably some crazy person who's tested like every single thing it can go through. Uh, but yeah, I mean, otherwise it's just if you can see them for the most part, it can go over it or go through it, I should say, as long as there's a gap. Um, Lemon Mouse asks, uh, wait, you should ask for a ranking of the forms. I think vampire, then bat, then wolf, but wolf is the funniest form. I mean, do you have a prefer? I mean, obviously, I would assume Dracula, right? Vampire form.
No, actually, bat form is my favorite form.
Really?
Yeah. I like the mobility and like the teleport and everything like that. So,
I
after that, I think it'd be vampire form.
Okay, and then wolf last, even though we were
Yeah.
talking about how people need it to give it more.
No, it's just like I mean, if I had to rank it, like I
Yeah.
love wolf form. Like I've been loving it recently, but like if I had to rank it,
Mm-hmm. Speaking of bat form, what's the add-on that gives you your cooldown back after you break a pallet?
For what?
For
For what again?
the bat teleport one, the one that gives you your cooldown back when you break a pallet.
Oh, pocket watch. Yeah.
I love
That's a wall or a pallet.
I love that add-on. It is so useful. Like it's not that good. There's very niche situations where it's good, but when you do cleanup on a map, it feels so good.
Yeah, no, it's really good, especially if you have like brutal and stuff like
Oh
that.
my god, you just teleport to a pallet, break it, teleport to a pallet, break it. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Um, ugh, I don't know, I just love it. Yeah, Batform just feels like Batform feels really smooth. They did a really good job implementing it.
Yeah.
I was kind of worried. I thought it was gonna feel very clunky.
Ooh,
Da, da, da. Got the Essential Gamer asks, your favorite add-on combination.
well, a little overpowered one is the Lapis Medusa's hair. Um, I would say, huh. Well, I mean, Soul Feather doesn't really work with Ruby right now. But if it did, it'd be that. But don't use it because it's bugged. I like Killer Doll, Works Fang. That's really good. If you have lethal, it's really good. Sunglasses with Ruby is really good.
I think Sunglasses was his popular add-on last I checked.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's his. I think it's his best add-on. Probably second best.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's 25% of like 0.9 seconds. It's like you'll never like notice the cooldown or like the debuff to it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Magical Ticket, Medusa's hair is really good. Or Magical Ticket, Lapis is really good. Yeah, pretty much it.
Fair enough. Arshimi Bob asks, you don't have to answer this one, by the way, if you don't want to. Have you tried blood in real life? If so, what's your favorite blood type? And what is
Yes.
what's your recommended biting location for optimal blood retrieval? And what's the
And it's funny.
status
It's funny. I actually don't eat plasma. So
You're not helping your case. You're not helping your case at all.
dang. I was gonna respond with my blood type, but I forgot my blood type.
I'm
That sucks.
I'm A negative, so I'm good. I'm
O
an O positive person personally. Yeah. I think
I think I'm O negative. I forgot.
I was in the military, so I had to know.
I see.
You gotta wear it so the medics know.
Oh.
The last question comes to us from Purple Cat. Guys, never mind. The question is doggy parkour, and that's the question.
Oh my god. Dude, I don't know if this is a bug right now, but there is like there's no invisible walls for the wolf right now.
Oh,
Yeah, let me show you some pictures. I actually have a I don't know if you saw my Twitter post. It kind of blew up.
it's probably because of the model.
The height of
Yeah,
him.
yeah, because there's probably no hitbox above him. So unlike the other killer, yeah, that's interesting.
Did you
Well,
see my Twitter post? Like, let me show you this.
I probably did, but
Hold on. Is this one? It's also an Orman one. The Orman one's gonna be like, what?
is this going to be like the Out of Bounds Blight one I saw, where it just made me
Look,
question?
I sent you pictures.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why is he sitting? He's sitting. He looks so cute in that one.
No, but the Coldwind one, I pounced off main and then hit someone.
Do you just get stuck out there, or does it knock you off?
No, it flies. It makes you fly.
Oh, that is gonna be
Oh, you meant like on like the wagon and stuff? No, you just stay there.
yeah. Well, no, the wagon one, like the picture on the wagon is just funny to me. It looks like you're sitting down.
Yeah, it's like Xeno if like you try and get next to a gen.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is all of the questions. Do you have anything you would like to add before we wrap this up?
Ah, no, not necessarily. Just yeah, I'm gonna be posting more 2 videos soon. So if you are interested in Dracula content, look forward to that.
And that will be below, as all the other links will as well. Are you planning on doing like a win streak or anything?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you don't have. I don't like doing win streaks personally. Um, People have asked me to do
I
it.
don't know. It's just like for me, it's like if I do win streak, like I feel like I have to sweat on the character I like, you know.
Yeah,
And like when I'm on the character I like, I just like to chill stuff. So
But any future plans for guides or anything? Or
yeah, I'll probably do a guide. A lot of people have been asking me for a guide.
Mhm.
So
It is not easy. I've been working.
oh, I heard.
Yeah,
Horser told me can help me. So
yeah. I'm doing the one for Chucky, a skillless, brainless killer, and it's been about 3 months now, and I still haven't even started. I started with the scripts. The script is done. I just need to refine it.
he sent me a screenshot of like the chaos or the Dracula interview this week, and then Scooty's like, "I'm curious who you got for Drac," and Horser goes, "Who could it be?"
It's. I love how like if people follow my Twitter enough, they know who I get for these.
Yeah, Horser is funny. I love Horser.
It's very hard to keep it a secret sometimes, even though there's really no point to keeping it a secret anymore. But I still like to. I don't know.
Yeah,
It makes the YouTube drop more interesting. I feel.
yeah.
People are like, "Oh my god, you got him," and it's like, yeah. But I need to sleep.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
That is not me trying to shoo you away or anything. I could keep going for hours. Actually, I've been wide awake for this whole thing. But I do think that is it. But I want to thank you for doing this again, and especially
Yeah, no, of course.
especially with it being last notice or last minute, and us having to reschedule and such. But I am super lucky that I was able to even find a Dracula main this early, or someone I would consider a Dracula main this early. Um, on top of you being willing to come on for this, um, that's pretty much it. Uh, like I said, all the links will be below for the YouTube, the Twitch, and such. Check them out, please, please, please.
Yes, yes, yes.
Especially the Twitter. Twitter is fun. It can be fun. Follow funnier people or better people on Twitter, and your Twitter experience will be better. I promise.
Yeah.
In any case, for those watching on YouTube, I know you guys make it to the end of these. I see my analytics. I love you guys as always. This is I'm going to sound like a PBS ad. This is made possible by viewers like
PBS.
you. It really is. I would do this regardless if anyone watched, but the fact that people do makes it that much better. But I love y'all. Have a good one, and bye.